The Australian ice hockey world turns its attention back to the National Hockey Super League for round 2. Port Adelaide came away with a win last week, but this week we see the new kids on the block, the Adelaide Xtreme, make their NHSL debut. Welcome inside the Adelaide Ice Arena here on beautiful Ghana land in South Australia. Whoops, there we go. Stay hot, Eric. Eric Ballna here calling the action. Johan Levesque.
Thank you.
Stars player from Western Australia making his broadcasting debut. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Ryan Fole's going to join us later, but right now we've got the GM of the Xtreme, Tash Farrier. Tash, thanks so much for coming. How's the nerves about for this game?
Yeah, I think the guys are more excited, and I guess nervousness and excitement can sometimes feel like the same thing, but they're definitely ready to go.
Well, look, this time last week, we had the opening game. The Xtreme weren't part of it. You had to watch from the sidelines, and what a game we had. Ben Hanberg ended up winning this game in a game that had absolutely everything except a power play goal. More on that later. But Ben Hanberg called game with just less than 10 seconds on the clock to break the hearts of all the Noarlunga Stars, including yourself and all of their fans. It was a pretty wild game. How'd you make that last week, Johan?
It was a very exciting game. I have to say, like, the nerves at the beginning of the game were definitely there, but you know, the moment that the puck dropped, you have to do your thing. You play hockey, you have fun, and even with the loss at the end of it, we had an absolute great time.
2 points got put on the board, though, for the Brewers at the end of the day. 1 for the Stars, and the new team here, the Adelaide Xtreme. Tash Farrier, break it down for us. Some huge announcements over the week, some big returning players.
Yeah, really excited. We got the likes of David Huxley coming back, big Adelaide Adrenaline player. We have a couple of interstate guys. We have Xander Wardlaw, young 21-year-old top scorer in the junior league, and probably the biggest one of the night would be Jamie Woodman from the Perth Thunder, and arguably one of the best defense in Australia.
This is one that I think caught some people by surprise today when that announcement came up that Jamie's playing. How did those chats go to get Jamie over to play for the game? Obviously, you drafted him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we had lots of conversations before the draft, and we kind of saved until last, and lucky that no one jumped in before us, but we'd done the groundwork, and we had intended him to come over here, and he was really keen for game 1, so we just made it happen.
So what kind of player is Jamie Woodman? What does he bring to a team? Johan, I know you play against him over in Perth.
Yeah, he's definitely a game changer. He's probably one of the best defensemen, like you said, in Australia. He's the type of guy that can literally change the game in a split second. He is that X factor that everyone talks about.
Tash, the makeup of the Xtreme, when you were in that draft room, when I look at it, I see a lot of versatility. What's the kind of core identity of this team when you were putting it together?
You know, we shaped our team around the likes of Joey McDougall and Jeremy Friedrich, and you know, they're selfless players. They're the kind of guys that are marquee players, but they're team first. They're team first all the way, and they'll bring other guys into it, and really humble in their approach. And yeah, that's what we went with. We went with guys that can fit the mold, and we believe we have that.
On your screen, you see some highlights of Jeremy Friedrich. Why did you decide to marquee a goaltender? That was probably the big question on everyone's mind.
Yeah, people don't think to do that, but as you can see from these highlights, Jeremy's in the peak of his game, and there's still more to come from Jeremy. He's a young guy, and we're really excited to see what he can bring to the season.
I mean, when you look at it, a .932 save percentage is pretty impressive for a goalie at the end of it. So I'm really interested to see him tonight, and hopefully he's gonna bring some magic.
So I think Dave Muggleton is trying to hunt down Jamie Woodman out there. We're going to get a chat with him very shortly. But Tash, what's been the build-up for the team? What's the training look like?
Yeah, look, we've had all the guys out in peak conditioning at the gym in Port Adelaide, and they've been training here in the morning and the night, and we're good to go. All
right, Dave, down to you. You've got Jamie Woodman.
Of the season. So Jamie, the last pick from the draft. How does it feel to just sneak in to the National Hockey Super League?
Big goal for me for a long time trying to play here, so it's been good. I mean, Tash has done an amazing job. Like, she set all this up. She was the one who kind of got me involved, so to have this is awesome. Like, look at it. What a production.
Now, there is a lot of buzz that you were playing tonight. Tell me, what were you doing just yesterday?
Well, I worked in the morning, hung out, and then I was freaking out about packing. Then got over here and I was like, holy, we're playing today, so I'm pumped. It's been sick. It's been a good day.
So, did you watch the game last week by any chance?
Yeah, cool.
So what were some of the things that you saw in the Brewers?
They have a good first line. Like, Tommy can play, Steve can play, a couple of those young guys I haven't seen before, but they played well. I think just letting them have a lot of zone time and having a lot of time on the puck's hard, but if we can limit that opportunity, it'll be unreal for us. We've got a good team, we're deep, so it should be fun.
Now, is there anyone on your Adelaide Xtreme that you're really excited to be teammates with?
There's a lot of guys I haven't really met before. Coming back to Hux has been sick. That's been really fun. Freddie's an unreal guy. I know Xander for a little bit, so I think everyone's going to be good. We'll see how it goes.
Guys, well, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Well, Jamie Woodman, that's probably who he's playing with right there, and Jordan Geyer. First off, Ryan Full comes and joins the commentary box. He was calling all the action for us during the Premier League season, plays for the Stars with Johan as well. So, Ryan, official welcome to the broadcast, but Jamie Woodman, you've played against him in the AIHL. He's a tough one to play against.
Yeah, well, that's it. He's as good as it gets when it comes to Australian defensemen. So it's a big addition for the Xtreme, and I'm going to be real interested to see how that goes tonight.
Outside of the interstate guys, we've got a couple locals that always feature heavily in games played on this very ice rink. One of the marquee players was Joey Showtime McDougall. That was the nickname he earned for some of his flair, but really what he got known for was being a workhorse. Ryan, what does Joey bring to a team, and why should the Xtreme be excited to see him?
He's just a hard worker. He's an absolute dog, and he's so smooth with the puck. Yeah, sorry, Johan, I stole that one from you, but it's perfectly put. He's an absolute dog on the ice. Nothing but aggression from him, and he's hard to shut down.
Well, I mean, when you look at him, like just on the couple of replays that we have, you can see the intensity that he brings into the game and is passionate about it. You know, like when you have a guy that never gives up on the puck like this, it's so difficult to play as a player basically playing against him.
He'll be anchoring a line, probably playing with Jared Siemens and Noah Maley. That's a hard-working line.
Yeah, that's it. That's a lot of speed, a lot of aggression, like I said. So, yeah, that's going to be a tough one to shut down for sure.
He's from Canada originally. We're all Canadian citizens actually in the broadcast booth today. How you doing? But another big Canadian to watch. He plays for the Red Wings. He played in this game against Joey McDougall. Tyler Leeming, another guy. He's I think in one stretch the numbers were like he had 253 points in a 54-game stretch because he just does stuff like this going to the net.
Yeah, well, that's it. He's just so smart and reliable with the puck. He's always in a position to create havoc, and just like Joey as well, very, very hard to shut down. Just you can see the experience that he brings.
Yeah, I only played one game against him, so I don't really know him a lot, but every time I was on the ice against him, the first thing I was basically looking at is his hockey IQ. You know, he can really know how to read the ice really well, and it makes perfect sense at the end of it to have him like on one of the top lines.
Players starting to be called out in front of the crowd. Take a look down there. You saw Jeremy Friedrich go out first, Noah Maley, Jordan Geyer. He's probably an understated pickup on this Adelaide Xtreme team. He was the captain of the Jokers for the last 2 years, and they won 2 championships. That's probably a pretty good thing to have on your resume.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely.
Look at the Xtreme. They picked Nathaniel Benson first overall. That's a look at Andrew Stapleton. He was the captain of the Tigers. Xander Wardlaw coming onto screen. What do we know about Xander Wardlaw, Ryan Full? An unknown in South Australia, but a junior team gun.
Yeah, that's it. Another smart forward. They've got a lot of them on the Xtreme now. Now we talk about them all, but yeah, he's going to bring a lot of offense for them as well. He's played at some of the highest levels for juniors. I've played against him at a number of levels, and another forward that's going to be hard to shut down.
Boys, the Xtreme drafted 6 centers, more than any other team for a competition that really only runs 3 lines. Is that a strength for a team, or is it going to be an adjustment for guys playing different positions?
I think it's definitely a strength because when you're a center, you can basically play anywhere on the ice, you know? So you have the hockey IQ to basically do whatever you want. And if you're a center and you play on the wing, you have a little less responsibility defensively, and I feel it will really help them ultimately.
And there's a look at Jamie Woodman, and Graham Charbonneau was named an alternate captain on the team. He makes a return to ice hockey in South Australia. He's 39 years old, played some junior hockey back with the Peterborough Petes, was an Adrenaline import. Was it one of your first teammates with the Adrenaline, I think?
Yeah, very early on. I'm not sure if it was
16.
the first year I was in, but yeah, very early on, one of the first teams I played on.
These are the Port Adelaide Brewers skating out. I feel like a lot of that pregame was dedicated to the Xtreme. We got to let you know who they are, but the Brewers were the winners last week. Reggie Machos, he skated out first. He scored that first goal of the game. Zach Boyle, number 6 on your screen, skated out earlier. He's a Team Australia defenseman known for his offensive flair. Tyler Leeming, number 9, a guy to watch. And there's number 11, Tomek Sak. If you're at home, circle him on your game notes if you've even got him. because he's another workhorse on the ice.
Oh, absolutely. He's another full package. He can shoot the puck really well. He can feed his teammates really well. But one of the things that he brings into a big element of his game is his physicality. No one knows about it really, but when you goes in the corner with him, you know he's going to fight for every pucks.
Tyler Boyle, number 17 or 16, you saw us skate out earlier, a teammate of yours with the Tigers, and a player that really broke out this year with 11 goals in Premier League.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise, but I mean, a lot of these juniors are working hard at the moment, and look, he played with some good players on our team as well, and did the right thing. So yeah.
Nicola Powell, the alternate captain, he was named captain. Mitch Villani said he's a person that just cares. He works in hospitality as a job because it's his passion, Nicola Powell. He's an alternate captain on the team, and he said he was looking for that in a leader in the group because he wants to show that he can care for everybody in the room, no matter who he's looking out for. Nicola Powell named the captain, and Matusz Trinka, he stole the show last week, didn't he, for the Brewers?
Oh, he's unbelievable. He's so athletic. He can do pretty much everything in front of his crease, and definitely a hard goalie to play against.
We will pause for a moment as the ice arena here will pause for the Australian national anthem. Well, it's a packed house at the ice arena once again. The local ice hockey community especially has got around it. All that's left to do is this ceremonial puck drop, and I think this is Panda. He's the head of Agile Group, that company that's done an incredible job with the ice arena around here. They're the ones that have provided some big backing for this competition. Panda has done a lot of work in the community in general and made a big difference around here.
Yeah, I don't actually know him too well.
You know Agile, though.
No, exactly. I do know Agile very well, and I've heard very good things about him. He's a great guy. I've come across him a couple of times very briefly, and always extremely nice.
Well, the anthems are done. The ceremonial puck drop complete. All that's left to do is play hockey. The Brewers did this last week. They settled into the game. They won 4-3. Ben Handberg had a couple goals, including the winner. Matusz Trinka had 41 saves. The power plays weren't really going. The Xtreme, it's an unknown. The first time we see him on the ice. What are the Xtreme feeling that maybe you guys were feeling last week at this time?
Well, to be very honest with you, like I'm more interested into what's going to happen with the Brewers, because the Xtreme's going to arrive gun blazing. You know, they're going to arrive in the first 10 minutes. It's their first game. The excitement is there. So they're going to arrive strong straight away out of the get-go. What I want to see is the Brewers, you know, they already know a little bit what's about to happen. So are they going to be able to bring that same energy that the Adelaide Xtreme is going to bring? That is one of the big points I want to look at.
Yeah, well, and that's it. And on the Xtremes end, they're just going to be buzzing. It's a great atmosphere to step out onto. All the smoke, the lights are off. So you're just taking it all in for the first 10, 15 minutes of the warm-up, and then as soon as that puck drops, all the adrenaline's just pumping through you. So they're going to come out pretty hot here. It's, yeah, exactly right. It's going to be interesting to see how the Brewers contain that.
It was a wild and wacky game last week. It took just 35 seconds for the first goal of the game to come, and another minute after that for goal number 2. And then it was back to sort of playing hockey. It settled down once everybody was in the game.
Yeah, like I said, this first 10 minutes of that game, basically, it was mayhem. Everything was going everywhere. Lots of hits, a lot of back and forth going from one side to the other. And this is what I'm expecting from the Xtreme, basically. I think they're going to come like really hard first shift, and the Brewers will need to adapt to that and basically just get the same energy going.
Players rolling out there. It doesn't look like there's any changes for Port Adelaide. That top line remains intact. Young gun Ben Handberg centering Steve Best, long-time player with the Adrenaline and in this competition, and Tom Sack from Western Australia. They'll drop the puck for Showtime Joe McDougall at center ice. He's got Noah Maley on his right and Jared Siemens on his left. Jamie Woodman, Perth Thunder captain. He's on the ice to start the game. He's the star of the Perth Thunder. Star of the Adelaide Adrenaline is Zach Boyle. Both of them Team Australia defensemen. They're on the ice, but going against each other tonight. Jake O'Brien rounds it out, and Jordan Geyer, two very young players. Xtreme in green, Brewers in white. Let's play some NHSL hockey right here in Adelaide on beautiful Ghana land. The Xtreme win the draw, and Zach Boyle will try to chip it forward for the Brewers. Back in behind the goal. Retreating after this is Jordan Geyer. He'll try to look for Jamie Woodman, his defense partner. He's just really skating with these boys for the first time, so we'll see what kind of adjustment he has. And a guy who's very familiar with, Atomic Sack, is chasing him down, and Jamie Woodman evades him and heads right up the ice, and he's created a rush. Here comes Woodman, centering play. Maley was there, and Jamie Woodman, welcome to South Australia. McDougall slaps one in from the point, and it's settled down from Zach Boyle, who lobs it up the ice, knocked down by Steve Best. Best works wide, fires one on net. Jeremy Friedrich will hold it down on the first shot, but Jamie Woodman, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. It's going to be like that all night, I'm telling you. He's going to try to go up. He's got all the wheels in the world to make it happen. I mean, that pass was, a little bit behind his player, but I swear to God, he's not going to do that twice.
Yeah, that's it. And you can already just see that his use of time and space is impeccable, and just to split everyone on the ice and use that speed.
Xander Wardlaw knocks down the puck. He just came in out of quarantine from New South Wales. He's moved over here for the Super League. He's played with his line mate Nathaniel Benson on national junior teams before. Andrew Chen, one of those teammates on those national junior teams, and a two-time champion with the Jokers, plays it up on the left wing. He's playing on a D partner with Graham Charbonneau, who's just holding on to the puck on the far boards. He's a big body out there.
Oh my God, yes, definitely.
Charbonneau chips it up the left side. Ollie Martin has the puck taken away from Tyler Leeming. Leeming trying to find a man going to the front of the net. Jeremy Klein was pushed out of the way, and it's gloved down by Jeremy Friedrich. So, well, you've seen a couple things early on.
Yeah, that's it. Definitely noticing the physicality from the Xtreme to start, though. I think that was coming no matter what, and the Brewers are just going to do their best to contain this.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I like the Graham Charbonneau. He brings a lot of calm and his demeanor is very calm on the ice, so it's going to be really interesting to see.
A lot of hockey experience, and here's David Huxley. Welcome back to hockey. Over 260 games in the AIHL, and another one making his return is Dean Peterson, who's banging away in the corner for the Xtreme. Chipped off the far boards. It goes around Tom Tate. Chasing after this down the wing is Tyler Boyle, and it goes all the way for icing. But yeah, more on David Huxley. 269 games with the Adelaide Adrenaline. He was the captain of the team for a couple seasons. Longtime Team Australia player, and regarded as one of the best Australian defensemen to ever strap him on. And how great is it to see him back on the ice?
Yeah, it's great to see anyone come back, and he's had a long time off of the ice. So yeah, just excited to see how he goes here.
Andrew Stapleton, 41 years old, but he seems to keep getting younger, and he finds a centering play. Peterson clings to the stick, back to the point. Huxley through traffic. It was skipping, bouncing, and jumping, and it almost found its way to the back of the net, but it tipped wide. Huxley banks it back in. Chasing after this is Daniel Strawbridge. Strawbridge, a very elite inline player who's converted to ice hockey. He played Adelaide Summer League just last year, made his way to A grade in the local competition, but this dude's an elite athlete and competitor, and here he is in the NHSL in just his second game of contact hockey. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Zach Boyle chips it off the back. Steve Best corrals it in behind the boards, and there goes Atomic Sack working against Jamie Woodman once again. The Western Australians going at each other. Jordy Geyer tried to carry it out. We'll have to clear the zone, and Jeremy Friedrich not afraid to play the puck. And Joey McDougall will try to settle it down. Woodman tries to steer it around the boards. Ben Handberg was there to intercept, and McDougall will lob it towards the center of the ice, but it was a little bit behind Jared Siemens. And now a shot on goal from Atomic Sack, and Jeremy Friedrich has to stick out the leather.
Yeah, a lot of broken plays on in that sequence. A lot of turnovers in defensive zone, and it created that beautiful sequence by that Tom Sack with a really nice shot on goal.
That's probably the first time, though, that the Brewers have actually managed to get the puck into a dangerous area. So far, the Xtreme have done a really good job of boxing him out.
Long shot in, blocked in front of the net. The Tyler Leeming, Nicola Powell line shut down last game by the Stars. They'll be looking for a little more from that line. Jeremy Klein throws it in front of the net. Couldn't find Nick Powell, who was standing there. Tyler Leeming goes to work his way in the corner, chips it back out to the point, but he can't hold the line, and it's a 2-on-1 going the other way. Now it's a 2-on-0. Benson, Wardlaw, Benson scores! The junior duo don't take long to get involved, and the Xtreme strike first.
Wow. Well, we knew that Nathaniel Benson will come and play tonight. 2-on-0. Back and forth, little pass, dipsy-do, thank you very much.
Yeah, very unfortunate that defender caught an edge there and became a 2-on-0, and yeah, easily put away by two highly offensive skilled players.
Xander Wardlaw's been in quarantine for the last 2 weeks, got out on Tuesday, trained on Wednesday, skated yesterday, but he's played with Nathaniel Benson before, and they knew what was going on here.
Absolutely.
Nathaniel Benson, the #1 overall pick in the draft. The Xtreme had that first selection, and they knew who they wanted right away. Benson won a championship this year with the Jokers. He's played for the Adrenaline for a couple years, and he gets the team on the board early on. Back behind the goal, Cameron Pope wheels it out. Plays it off to the left side. Tate has it clunk off his stick. Stapleton plays it backwards. He has a return pass go off the back of his rear end and back into the attacking zone. Huxley. Left side, bounces off a stick. That's Jai Sarcic. Sarcic holding the zone, throws one on net, but Mateusz Trinka makes a save, and Sarcic takes a tumble. Reese Boundy plays it off to the left side. Ben Hanberg trying to chase this one down, and it was nicely played by Tom Tate. 7 Red Wings play on the Brewers. The coach is a Red Wing. The general manager is a Red Wing. Tom Tate is also a Red Wing. He was selected by the Xtreme. We had some fun with that on draft night. He said he's anxious to show his other teammates what he can do on another team.
Yeah, that's it. And it looks like the Brewers sort of went into the draft with a plan to sort of stick with what they knew, and look, it worked out for him in game 1.
Played up the left side by Tristan Reese. Backhanded by Sack, and it's intercepted by Jordan Geyer in front of the goal. And now skating down here is Noah Maley. He's dangerous in the corners in the local league. Just evades him. Reese returns favor. John Strawbridge banks it off the boards. Referee getting in the way a little bit in Dave Gow. Dave Gow, referee tonight. I believe Glenn Full, someone that Ryan Full might be familiar with, the other referee on the rink. Goes back in behind the goal.
Yeah, good
Siemens.
to see the old boy out there with the stripes.
Don't sell him short, Ryan Full. Longest serving captain of any international ice hockey team, but a turnover in front of the net. Goes off the back of Tom Sack. And going the other direction is the Xtreme. Noah Maley trying to lead a man forward. Siemens is there. Mateusz Trinka gets the pad down and keeps it out of the net.
Yeah, that's an incredible reaction save from Mateusz there, because you never expect an intercept pass to just go straight on net. That's going straight in the middle of the net if he doesn't read that. So
A lot of concentration. He needed to be really focused to make sure that he was tracking that puck, and he did really well.
We made a couple of those last week versus the Stars.
Don't remind us, please.
The Brewers actually have not led yet in an NHSL game in regulation. The only time they led was with 4 seconds left in overtime, which got them the victory. Mateusz Trinka played a big part in keeping that team in the game.
Go for it.
Sorry, yeah, well, that's it. They're going to have to rely on him heavily here now, because the Xtreme have started really hot. The Brewers have got to find something here, because it's been all Xtreme for me.
Charbonneau dumps it in the corner. Zach Boyle has Xander Wardlaw draped all over him, and he almost creates a turnover. Boyle tried to drag it out, gets the turnover. Now Wardlaw trying to find Benson again, and the dynamic duo almost connected for their second of the game. Powell finds Leeming, who will bolt up the ice. He's got Klein with him. Leeming out wide, Klein in front. He's tangled up by Graham Charbonneau in front of the net. Benson plays it back for Andrew Chen. Long lead pass ahead, just jumped over the stick. It was Ollie Martin sending Wardlaw up the middle, and Wardlaw almost creates a turnover off Mateusz Trinka. Trinka, very good puck handler. Powell Left side, working in the zone is Dylan Pope. Pope returning to the game after a couple years away, but he's a very good junior player in the state. Got a few games with the Adrenaline not too long ago. Dylan Pope only 23 years old. Dean Peterson plays it behind the goal. Trinka there with it. Stapleton tries to get him to hear footsteps, and Stapleton's going to come away with the puck. Plays it back to the point. Huxley with a shooting lane. Left side. Taylor settles it down, and that one just ripped wide. Huxley plays it back behind the goal. Stapleton trying to work it away. Dylan Pope coming away with it for the Brewers behind the goal. Pope knocks it away back in front of the net, and Adam Wise tries to bank it off the boards. It jumps over Tom Tate's stick, and chasing down there is Tyler Boyle. Boyle with Pellerin going to the front of the net. He can't get that pass to connect to him. It was David Huxley that broke it up. Boyle back down to the corner, thrown all the way back, and Steve Best will lead the retreat back for the Brewers as they'll try to settle things down.
A lot of intensity from the Xtreme. You can see that the Brewers are a little bit on their heels. They have to get going. They have to get moving the puck quicker.
Here comes Best, centering play in front of the net, and it goes all the way back to the point. Banks off the stick, and here's a foot race for it. McDougall trying to take it away from Pope.
Yeah, well, that's it. And for me, the Brewers, when they do take the puck into the zone, they're just forcing too much at the moment. They need to settle it down, take a little bit more time, and spend a little bit more time in the Xtreme's end, because at the moment it's just forced plays coming right back down into their end, and the Xtreme is setting up nicely so far.
Tomek Sack gets run over at the center line by Jared Siemens, and Showtime Joe McDougall plays it behind the goal. He gives a little love tap to Matusz Trinka, but the Brewers are able to clear the zone. Geyer playing back on defense. That's where he played in the AIHL for a while, but he's been playing forward in the local column. Sometimes defense, but captaining the Jokers to back-to-back championships. Geyer down to the corner working against Tomek Sack, who gives him a good shove. Sack trying to create the turnover. He's got Ben Handberg there on support. And working down low is Ollie Martin. Pushes it up the boards, but Tomek Sack there once again, who settles down the puck. Strawbridge plays it back behind the goal, and Leeming now on the forecheck. Ben Handberg lays a hit on Jamie Woodman. Loose puck in front of the net, swiveling, firing a shot on net. And a good opportunity created by Tomek Sack once again.
Not a bad shift for the Brewers now. They have to keep going and feel what's going to happen now.
Shot on goal, Trinka makes the save. Back to the point, Wardlaw has that tip by Ollie Martin in front of the net, and a big return check from Jamie Woodman playing up. And I think we're going to get the first penalty of the game, and it might go to Jamie Woodman for that little tap at the end of that play.
Yeah, no, I think it's a hit that was a bit behind, a little high. You know, he's going to play physical. He's the type of guy that's going to go at it, that's for sure. He probably put a little bit too much sauce on it, but you know, like, this is his type of player. He's very, very intense, and he's bringing it tonight.
9.5 minutes into the game, we have our first power play opportunity. Well, the Brewers were 0 for 11 in the last game they played. The Stars were 0 for 9. We've seen 20 power plays in the NHSL, and we haven't seen a power play goal yet.
I personally think that's going to help the Brewers, though. They've had a week off here to reset. They've had a few things to work on, so let's see if they've cleaned it up.
Dean Peterson involved in a big collision with Ben Handberg. That's veteran versus kid. Hello. Zach Boyle trying to lead this puck in. He's got to go against Big Graham Charbonneau, and he bounces right after him as he's trying to bury him in the corner, and Charbonneau creates the turnover. Chen plays it to himself in the corner, and he'll try to play it out, and he clears the zone.
Lots of hits. It starts a thrown bar in around. It's going to be interesting for the rest of the game.
Steve Best gets a shove from Joey McDougall as he was skating by. Those guys, two very good friends off the ice and great competitors on it. Settled down by Nick Powell. Plays it left side to Tyler Leeming. Leeming charging towards the net. He has a man open in front of the net. Boyle settles it down, and he just couldn't get it off quick enough, and Friedrich makes the save.
And that's a bit better from the Brewers there as well with their puck movement. Yeah, let's let the Xtreme play the body. You take the hit, they're going to take themselves out of a play, and all of a sudden you've got room to move the puck just like you saw there.
It was a good transition from the defensive zone all the way up in, and they've been able to create a lot of chances from there.
Draw one by the Xtreme, but they're not. Huxley was knocked off the puck. Now it's Joey McDougall gets tangled up with the referee, but he finally plays it back in the neutral zone. Off Adam Wise's stick. Machos getting some power play time. Yeah, he scored a goal last week. Why not?
That's it. He's a highly skilled defensive player. Why not put him out?
Another big inline player that's converted to ice over the last couple of years. Tomek Sack drags in front of the net. Backhanded play of Tomek Sack nearly equalized the game. Back in the corner. So the question was, would the Brewers make adjustments to the power play? The answer is, well, they're trying something differently, and their power play looking a little more threatening early on.
Yeah. I think you got to be happy with what you see so far on the first power play of the game, though. Still got 30 seconds to do something here, but 2 prime chances.
Yeah, definitely a good move by Tomek Sack. Like, that nice little toe drag was beautiful.
Draw one by the Brewers once again. Long shot from the point. Adam Wise has that blocked by Jeremy Friedrich. Back in the corner is Jeremy Klein. Klein walks out looking for an angle, fires one through. Friedrich makes the save. Well, the Brewers last week, they played a game probably indicative of their personality of their coach. He's a motivator, he's a team builder, and he's a gutsy guy on the ice. The Brewers had lots of opportunities to play themselves out of the game. They hung in there, they won late, and they'll be looking to do the same versus the Xtreme once again. Machos in the corner is big Graham Charbonneau over him. He can go in and bowl over 2 Brewers, and a weird bounce off the board as Chen played that out, but Xander Wardlaw scoops it up at the center line, and the penalty about to come to an end. Tate plays it back to the center. Klein wisely plays it back over to the right side for Tyler Boyle, who will skate this into the attacking zone, but Ollie Martin bumps him off the puck. Wardlaw swipes at it, but it's a turnover going the other way. Machos might have just been a little bit offside.
One of the things I can see from the Xtreme is they love to push the players outside a lot. You know, there's no real breakout coming from the middle. It's always along the board, and this is how they are able to actually minimize the shot coming from the middle of the slot.
Yeah, and very well structured as well. There's players always in the right position, and those passes are nice and crisp and on the tape, and yeah, textbook so far.
They're coached by head coach Eric Lean and assistant coach Stu Henley, 2 players that play with you in the Tigers organization. And
yep, 2 very knowledgeable hockey guys, and they know how to get the best out of the players they got.
Joey McDougall lobs it in the corner. Noah Maley chasing after it. Brewers able to clear away quickly. Steve Best, marquee player for the Brewers, works out wide. Sharp angle shot, tries to go up high on Friedrich. Rebound pops free behind the goal. Handberg tied up by Jared Siemens. Steve Best keeps possession, plays it back to the point, and it's a good job by Jake O'Brien to hold his own. Back in behind the goal. Pass back to O'Brien. O'Brien just holds on to it enough, but it's the Xtreme that will break this out, and Jamie Woodman jumps back in the rush. Woodman down low, playing on the wraparound, centering play, and Noah Maley was standing in front of the net. Dean Peterson digging in the corner. Pushed off of it by Tomek Sack. The Western Australians having an early influence in this game.
Yeah, and a great play from Jamie there. I think Noah just needs to read that play a little bit better, stay a little bit higher in the zone.
Woodman evades one hit, evades a defender, throws it in front of the net. Stapleton settles it down, and a big save by Matusz Trinka as a body from Jeff Pellerin was barreled in the net.
Yeah, I think he got pushed from behind, and the net got taken off, basically, and it was a little bit of a cross-check right here.
It is a cross-check. That's what they're calling.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, there you go.
I mean, there it is there, but as a defender there, as soon as someone gets into that blue paint around your goalie, you got to get him out. So just doing his job there, but probably didn't need a cross-check him.
Couple of good chances also by Jamie Woodman. That wraparound was really, really strong. Strong on the puck, you know, very patient, and now he's showing a ton of skills.
Cam Pope taking the penalty, one of the development players that's worked his way in the lineup here. Back down low again. Back to the point, Huxley. Power play opportunity for the Xtreme. Other teams are combined 0 for 21. This is the first opportunity we've seen from the Xtreme. Let's see what power play they've got up their sleeves. Benson, back to the point for Huxley. Over to Nat Benson. Benson was instrumental in the Jokers' power play in the local Premier League season. Played back out to the point. Huxley tries to settle it down. He made a good effort at it. But he has Dylan Pope, who was a good penalty killer last week, all over him. Wardlaw leading a man ahead. Settled down by Benson. Scooped up by Wardlaw. Backhanded play in front of the net. Matusz Trinka blockers it away. Ollie Martin back behind the goal. Pinching down low is Geyer. Adam Wise just does enough to disrupt that a little bit. Huxley trying to chip in from the point, and it goes all the way back, and Xander Wardlaw will play it. Stretch pass ahead. Ollie Martin. Nice pass to Benson. Benson tries to dangle around Pope, and Pope finally clears it out, but not out. Martin back to the point. Wardlaw cuts through traffic, cuts to the front of the net. Wardlaw with a puck on a string. Rebound in front. Trinka's down. Puck still unsettled. Scores! Olivier Martin has put the Xtreme up 2.
Just great puck movement on the power play. Very calm, patient with puck, and Wardlaw seeing a lane, driving, and when you got Ollie Martin in front of the net picking up loose pucks, he's a hard guy to pull off and just jams it in. Pretty simple.
Yeah, wow, 2 really good moves by Wardlaw to be able to get himself a little closer to the net, and after that, you banks it in. You take the, like you said, like dirty goals, you go in front of the net, you pick it in, and this is it. It's 2-0.
That's it. Ollie Martin's so strong on his stick as well, so any loose pucks in that area that he's close to, he's going to be hard to push off.
And that should go down as the secondary assist to Xander Wardlaw. If that's the case, it would be his second of the game. Graham Charbonneau going to grab an apple in his return back to it. Graham Charbonneau, big body. You like him in front of the net on a power play?
Oh, yeah, they got a few that you can put there, that's for sure. But Ollie Martin, for me, is probably the guy to have there, which they've got. He's got such a hard shot, and he's so strong.
No, definitely. Like, he's got a big body, and if he put his body in front of the net like this, Mateusz Trinka will have to basically try to look across, basically get the puck tracking a little bit more difficult for him. Definitely.
Yeah, that's it. And you look at Ollie's numbers in A grade this season. He was the leading goal scorer by an absolute mile, and it all comes down to how strong he is on the puck with that shot.
Olivier Martin, another French Canadian, leads Joey McDougall ahead, off to the left side, shot in front of the net. Trinka settles down the puck and makes the save. Ollie Martin, though, a converted goaltender, played the national team goalie for a while, played the adrenaline goalie for a while. He can see the game okay, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. And if he's a French Canadian, he's probably a really good guy too.
Not that you're biased, anything, or no, I can vouch for French Canadians. Johan Levesque on the call from Montreal in Quebec.
Yeah, definitely. Born and raised in Montreal.
We got some coast-to-coast action here. You're from Montreal. I'm from Ontario. Fullest family.
Vancouver, born and raised.
Wow. From the one ocean to the other.
Few different accents for everybody calling the game here on SBS On Demand, and we're so thankful you could join us for NHSL action. Steve Best jumps in behind the net. Brewers need a response. Wardlaw hit up Nathaniel Benson for the first goal of the game, and the Xtreme scored on their first power play opportunity, and Ben Handberg was looking for goal number 3 of the season on the short side. Lobbed in by Zach Boyle. Off the back, Jamie Woodman playing back around the corner. Woodman's created a couple opportunities early on, and he plays it to himself. Spins around, cuts around one defense, goes to the middle of the ice. Left side, Joey McDougall fakes the shot. Back down low, Maley standing in front, tipped down, and a stick of the Brewers just knocked that out of midair. But Maley's still back on the puck. Siemens plays it back up, not out. And Jake O'Brien plays it off to the left side to Ben Handberg. Leading Steve Best ahead. Tomek Sak goes off his stick and into the corner. Sak will work against Woodman. These two have collided a few times already today. They good friends back in WA?
Yeah, they play for the same team in the Prem League back in WA, so they are pretty used to play against each other or together.
Benson cuts to the front of the net. Oh, he went backhand and it went wide. Wardlaw was coming in to join the play. He's already got a couple assists in the game. O'Brien over to Boyle. Ollie Martin all over him, and Martin trying to take the puck away from Zach Boyle, and Nathaniel Benson's there in support. Benson evades Jake O'Brien, chips it back up to the right point, knocked down by Tom Tate. Over to the great return of David Huxley. Huxley walks in, fires a shot, and he's still got that shot that can be dangerous. It just rifled wide.
I'm not 100% sure how David Huxley finds himself with that much time and space, but if you're going to give him that, then there's going to be a lot of goals going past Mateusz. Those wingers are going to be right up in their face, because there's some hard shots on the Xtreme point, and they are seeing everything right now.
Yeah, like, to be very honest, it's very simple what's happening right now. The intensity of the Xtreme is way higher than the one of the Brewers, and they have to be able to match it out.
Andrew Chen has it bank off a body, and Dean Peterson playing center on the line. By all reports, he's been very good at training. Chen knocks it down. Looking for Jai Sarcic on the right side. Another guy that came from Western Australia in Jai. When did he move over here?
He's been here for a couple of years now. He's moved over for his studies, I believe, and yeah, he's living here now.
Was Jai around when you were in WA?
No. He was probably already here before I arrived.
Yeah, Jai plays for the Tigers with you, Ryan Full, in the local comp.
Yes, that's correct. A big physical body, and it looks like Eric Leans put him in a position to be using that body.
Lehman controlling the puck off to the right side. Played around the back of the boards by Adam Wise. Leeming's going to go park himself in front of the net as Dean Peterson tries to come away. Then Cameron Pope has a shot blocked by Peterson. Back in the corner. Klein plays it to Powell. Powell off of Leeming's stick. And out goes Dean Peterson. Peterson walks in, fires a shot. It was trickling through, and it bounced all the way back off the backboards. Finally settled down. Cameron Pope tries to pinch it out, but Graham Charbonneau pinching down low. He'll just play it back behind the goals, and Adam Wise will walk it on out, lob it up high, but it goes right to the feet of Joey McDougall, who plays it to Jared Siemens. He'll recoil off to McDougall. McDougall has Siemens going to the net. He fires a shot on goal, and Siemens will get the garbage in behind the goal. Noah Maley goes to the place that he knows and loves in the corner. Plays it off to the right side, tipped away from Cameron Pope. Pope plays it up to Jeremy Klein. Leads a man forward, but it's Jordan Geyer there for the Xtreme. Siemens, another Canadian, walks in, cuts to the center of the ice, fires one through, and Mateusz Trinka makes a save he absolutely needs to make. Shots on goal now 14-9 for the Xtreme.
It's a little bit too easy for the Xtreme at the moment. Once they get into the attacking end, they're finding so much time and space, and there's another great save from Mateusz to keep this a 2-0 game. Yeah,
the Brewers have to find a way to win those one-on-one battles along the board and get possession of the puck very quickly.
Boyle, right side. Handberg off his stick. Lobbed in front from Sack. It was a nifty little play. He had a forward going towards the net, but it just trickled wide. Off to the left side, one of the goal scorers, Ollie Martin. He scored on the power play earlier, tipped towards Xander Wardlaw, who's got 2 assists already. He was looking for a goal, but he'll throw it back to Geyer. He's got space through traffic, rebound down low. Wardlaw trying to dangle it through traffic, and it's Tomek Sack who just clears the zone and gets the Brewers to safety. Steve Best throws it in on net, and it's gloved by Jeremy Friedrich. Well, look, at what point, I know they're going to the intermission, are they going to be making a change? Do you look at changing up the lines maybe for Port Adelaide?
To be very honest with you, I think it's just to come back to basic. It's to be able to come back to their game plan, figure it out a little bit, positioning, but the biggest thing is the intensity. They have to get going. They knew that the Xtreme would come up strong. They have to be able to figure it out and bring the energy in.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think it's a lineup change necessarily just yet. They've had a couple lines that have been clicking okay. As we saw on that last play here, they had a nice little deflected shot from Tomek Sack, just missed the net. That all started from a very clean breakout in their defensive end. Haven't seen a whole lot of that from the Brewers throughout this game so far, so if they can clean up that puck movement a bit, I think they'll be okay.
Well, Jeremy Friedrich has taken a penalty for the Adelaide Xtreme. He's the goaltender. It'll be served by Jai Sarcic, so a late power play opportunity for the Brewers. They're 0 for 12 so far on the season, but a late goal could do wonders going into the change room.
Absolutely. It can just give them a little bit of momentum for the second period, be able to have a little bit of fresh air, and start the second period on a good note.
Skirmish for it on the line. David Huxley trying to buy some space, can't clear the zone. Tomek Sack is there. He chips it forward, and Tyler Leeming will go to work. Leeming with Ben Handberg out there, and Steve Best playing the point. That's who has the puck right now. Sack has it tip out and out of play. Andrew Glass, the goaltender, the backup goalie, making another return. He was the one that gloved that down. Only 25 seconds to go in the opening period, and it's been all Xtreme. They have the shot on goal favor, 15-9. They've scored 2 goals. Wardlaw found Benson very early on, and Ollie Martin banked one home. He's been a goal-scoring threat for a while in South Australia, and that's where we stand. It's 2-0. Best to Boyle. Chip forward by Tyler Leeming. Jeremy Friedrich plays the puck, and he plays it all the way down. And Mateusz Trinka, the goalies, will exchange some shots now. Trinka knocks it down. Maybe time for one more rush with just 15 seconds to go. Off to the right side, Leeming with 10 to go on the clock. Finds Tomek Sak with some open ice, and Sak, a little bit offside. Throws one on net. So with 6 seconds to go, time for one face-off win and draw it in there.
That was a little bit of a late shot by Tomek. I think there's a little bit of frustration coming, like, slowly and progressively. We have to, like, they feel like they need to stay very frosty. They need to stay a little bit in the game, you know. Don't get too much carried away by their emotion.
That's it. Well, they're going to start this second period on a power play as well with about a minute left. So get into the room, reset, and you come out here with a big chance to make it a one-goal game. Jamie
Woodman just ices the puck to end the period, and boys, it was all Xtreme in that one.
Yeah, they come at, I mean, they were really, really strong, you know, like, they were winning those one-on-one battles. They were making, like, I love the energy of guys like Joey McDougall, you know, that are always forcing plays, going, like, you know, in the face of the Port Adelaide Brewers, and it makes a difference at the end of it, you know, like, it's 2-0 for the Xtreme.
Yeah, and special teams comes into it as well. There's one power play goal for the Xtreme off of one power play, and 0 for 2 for the Brewers, so that's become a factor as well, and that leads to momentum which the Xtreme carried throughout that period.
We'll have David Muggleton on the ice shortly, but in the intermission break, last week we heard from the general managers of both the Brewers and the Xtreme, and this week we will hear from the general manager Tash Ferrier about all of the ongoings of the Xtreme so far this season. Dave, you down there? We don't have Dave quite yet. But we'll get you the interview with Tash Ferrier very shortly. Shots on goal once again, 17-11. We will head to break. You'll hear from Tash Ferrier, Eric, Johan, and Ryan with all the action. We'll see you on the other side. The Adelaide Xtreme flew out of the gates. They get 2 goals, one from that connection of the junior Aussie players in Benson and Wardlaw, and then they bank home a power play goal. Ollie Martin scores it. It's a 2-0 game, but it's really a game that's kind of lopsided. The Xtreme dominating the play, and Johan, you kind of see plays like this that you're about to see on screen as things that sum it up.
Well, you can really see that, you know, when you look at what Joey McDougall is doing, basically, he's not a threat. And when you look at all the heads of all the other players of the Brewers, they're all magneted by the puck. They're only looking at it. So that opens up a lot of space for Joey on the other side of the ice and take a good shot on goal. So they have to be able to spread out, play their position. You can see all the heads looking at the puck. They have to be able to spread out, take their man, being in the right position, and basically don't give that sort of space for a guy that has that much talent.
You can see it there. All Brewers players on one half of the ice, and Joey McDougall has the opportunity. Some notable stats. We've got a great stats crew that's been doing some work for us today. Lockie Cahill, Marco Komazek. Shout out to you boys for helping us out. One of the big ones, high danger scoring opportunities, 7-1 for the Xtreme in this game. And looking at the score, it's probably not that surprising.
No, definitely. It's the type of stat that really talks for itself, you know. When you have more chances, you know, when you have more A-grade shot at the end of it, you're going to have more chances to score.
Yeah, well, that's it. And every time the Xtreme enter their attacking zone, they move the puck with a purpose. They're moving it around really, really nicely. And then you go down the other end, Brewers forcing a lot. They had one or two pretty nice plays like we saw, but you need to build momentum off of more and more plays in your zone, and they're just forcing too many pucks at the moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. So one of the things I feel like the Port Adelaide Brewers needs to do is forget about the first period, you know? They can't change what happened in the first period. They have to look forward. They have to live into the present moment. They have to say to themselves, look, the first period, let's put it behind us. Let's move. Let's get ourselves into the game. It's only a 2-0 game. They have all the chance in the world to get back into it. You know, they're really close. They just have to find like a little bit of rhythm.
And what better opportunity than a minute on the power play here to start this period?
Absolutely.
Teams will swap end. It's the Brewers in white, the Xtreme in green. Brewers start off the second period with the man advantage. They're 0 for 1 on the game. and they are 0 for 12 on the season. This is their 13th opportunity. Something's got to give eventually, and they'll be looking to do it to get themselves back in the game right off the bat. Boyle over to Steve Best, the two marquee players point manning this power play, and Andrew Stapleton almost creates a turnover, but it's Tyler Leeming there to scoop it up. Leeming blocks the puck down, but it's lobbed back behind him. And back behind the goal goes Zach Boyle. Player tumbles into the net, and they're going to get whistled down. And is the net just off its bearings? I think it is. Dean Peterson found himself in the net.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a unfortunate play there, but one other thing I can really see from the Xtreme is how aggressive they are on their PK, you know? There's always a guy on the puck carrier at all time, and that gives a lot of, because of the pressure, there's not a lot of time and space for the Adelaide, the Brewers basically to do something.
Draw one, back to the point in the Xtreme. We have our stats guys doing face-offs for us, boys, in this period. I'd be curious to know, the Xtreme has 6 centers on their team, so who plays in the middle of the ice was a big question coming in. They've obviously rolled with the first 3 so far. Tomek Sak, per Thunder player, plays it back to the point, jumps over Steve Best's stick and all the way back down towards Matusz Trinka. Brewers not able to generate too much in the early goings of this man advantage. Only 13 seconds left, too.
Just have to slow it down a touch.
Hanberg stops in, works his way to the corner, swivels around, slows it back down. 3 seconds to go on it. Zach Boyle through traffic, rebounds there. Sack turns, fires, slides it along the ice, but in behind the goal. But a good opportunity for the Brewers. Penalty comes to an end. Wardlaw gets the puck forward to Jared Siemens. He's got McDougall going to the net, using the screen, fires a shot. Wardlaw scoops it down. That goes off the rafters, and already the Xtreme looking dangerous on the counterattack.
Yeah, definitely, but I love what was happening over there with the Brewers, you know. They started to generate a little bit more thing. They bring the puck in the slot, you know, where they can actually create chances. Good chance for Tomek Sak also.
Tomek Sak's done everything but score, it feels like, so far. Huxley, long shot from the point, rebound in a dangerous area. Wardlaw can't settle it down. Benson goes off his stick, and Ben Hanberg gets hit by Tom Tate going forward. Tom Tate, a spark plug player, and he gets back and forces an offside, but Tom Tate making his presence felt.
Yeah, that's it. And well, you can see what the game plan is for the Xtreme here already is get a nice hard shot on Matusz low and pick up a rebound. And those rebounds are everywhere right now.
Yeah, no, definitely. They have to get the puck to the net, and then after that, you never know what can happen.
Brewers will slow it down, back to the left side. Playing 20-minute stop time in this competition. Most players would only be used to playing 60-minute run-time games in local comp or in the AIHL 50-minute stop time. And the AIHL hasn't happened for the last 2 seasons. This goes out of play. Boys, how was that adjustment in the first game? Playing 60-minute stop time again for you, Johan and Ryan. One of the, probably not many times you played the 60-minute stop.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since you've even had an AIHL season. So, it's definitely an adjustment. I think it's just more about keeping your shifts short to start with, getting yourself into the game, and then, it's just more about just maintaining how long you're out on the ice for. It's as simple as that.
You can really see the fitness of the guys after, the first period, like the guys that still have legs at the end. So, in that game going all the way to overtime, I can say to you that at the end, yeah, we sweated a lot.
At what point in the game did you notice maybe the effect that you're playing a bit of a longer game?
I think for myself, it was probably like beginning of the third, like you have 2 really big period into you, and you arrive in third period, and you still have to grind it out. Yeah, that third period was pretty difficult.
Still in the second here as Chen through traffic has the shot blocked. Stapleton swivels it around, and he's banged down in the corner by Jeremy Klein, but it's picked up by Dean Peterson, and Matusz Trinka might have got a piece of it. Sharp angle shot going the other way from Andrew Chen, who is pinching in, and that rattles around in the corner, and there's a good forecheck going on right now as Brandon Taylor joins the parade for the Xtreme. Dean Peterson's been effective in his return to ice hockey. He said an Adelaide Adrenaline former player. Won a couple championships in the local comp. Played along the boards by Pope. He knocks it down, tries to play it forward, and Graham Charbonneau there to intercept in the neutral zone. And he is a Brewer player, just barrel into him, but it's tough to move a mountain, and Graham Charbonneau.
Yeah, good luck doing that.
Back in the point. Tipped up, back behind him. As Chen skirmishes for it against Jeff Pellerin.
we really start to have a little bit more physicality here. It would be interesting to see what's going to happen now.
Maley trying to carry the puck out. He has a swarm of Brewers around him, but the Xtreme still get it across the halfway line and play it in behind the goal, and both teams can complete a change. Steve Best retreats back in his own corner. Plays it over to Jake O'Brien. O'Brien chips it off the boards, grabbed by Ben Hanberg. He plays it forward. Here comes Tomek Sack. Sack throws one in on the side of the net. Joey McDougall there to pick up the garbage. Noah Maley trying to carry it out of the zone, but Ben Hanberg intercepts. Joey McDougall creates the turnover. He works his way across the zone, evades a defender, lobs it into traffic, and Tristan Reese is right there for the Brewers. Jeremy Friedrich watches this go by him, but Ben Hanberg there first, plays it in the slot, and it's tipped all the way back out to the point. Jake O'Brien trying to settle it down, but standing there is Ollie Martin, bouncing disc. O'Brien trying to fend off a couple Xtreme players, and it goes back to the Xtreme defense, who will recoil with Jordan Geyer. Whipped up forward, and it's a weird bounce off Steve Best, and Jamie Woodman smooth skating around one, burns by another, cuts up the middle of the ice, gets in behind the defense. Oh, and Matus Trinka takes away what would have been a highlight reel goal.
End-to-end play for Jamie Woodman, really nice and impressive.
Woodman made 2 or 3 guys miss, and Matus Trinka, who's still playing well, he's faced about 20 shots, only allowed the 2 goals, and he's made some big saves to keep this team in the game. Yeah, sharp angle shot from Martin, rebound in the slot, Benson chipping down for it, Wardlaw has it, and Matus Trinka has to swivel around to stop that puck, ended up in the back of the net.
Yeah, you got to build from that now though as well. Matus has just bailed them out again. Still a 2-0 game. It's time to start lifting here for the Brewers. It just doesn't seem like they're getting a lot out of anything at the moment. So you got to start building from something, and that's a perfect opportunity right there to keep going now.
I mean, something that they can work on definitely is their goalie is in great shape again tonight. His puck tracking is unbelievable.
Picked up by the Brewers. They lob it up forward. Tyler Leeming trying to hunt this down. He's working against David Huxley. Leeming going to get there first and try to create a turnover. Huxley ties him up. Leeming wins the battle, but there in support is Andrew Stapleton, who pushes it forward, but not quite out. Tipped in front of the net by Jeremy Klein. Leeming back behind, working hard. Long shot in front. Huxley with the block. Stapleton trying to clear, and it's kept in and thrown in front of the net. Tom Tate just chips it out to safety. Jai Sarchich gets there first. Dean Peterson plays it in behind the goal. And the Brewers will go back, but a bit more pressure looking like it's coming from the Brewers' end.
Yeah, definitely, and that's it. They need a couple more now. They just need to build some momentum, because at the moment it's just one and done.
Tyler Leeming, we've called his name a lot. He's been involved in a lot of the action. Gets the puck before his Red Wing teammate in Tom Tate, but Jared Seaman cuts it and brings it back up ice. Pass too hot to handle for Noah Maley, who chases down in the corner, working against Zach Boyle, who lays the body. Maley still coming away with it. Maley working hard, back down in the corner. Maley scooping it in front of the net, and it gets whipped in behind. Joey McDougall cycles it back to Maley, bounces off his stick, and the Brewers trying to clear the other way, and they have taken a penalty, and the Xtreme, who are 1 for 1 so far, we're going to get another look at their man advantage.
And that's just all the puck movement and the ability of Noah Maley just to move his feet. Like that's just a lazy play and an easy call for the ref.
Yeah, definitely. The more you glide, the worse it gets. You know, you have to keep your feet moving. You have to be more aggressive sometimes in certain play. And basically, when you stop gliding like this is where you create like turnovers and you put yourself in danger.
The more you glide, the worse it gets. That should go on a t-shirt, Johan.
Absolutely. We should do merch.
Jamie Woodman, he can skate, and here he comes. He's burned by one, gets in the attacking zone, stops, swivels, and he'll play it all the way across, and it was just a hot disc going right over the stick of Jordan Geyer, who'll settle it back down. Boy, Jamie Woodman can dictate the pace of the game. Benson, creative pass. Wardlaw enters the zone, chucks one in front of the net, and Matus Trinka has that lob in behind play.
I love that combination of Wardlaw and Nathaniel Benson. You know, they start to have chemistry in first period. They start to get something going. 2 young guys, you know, that can complete their self really well. And when you have someone like Jamie Woodman on the back end, it can really have a lot of heat going on.
It took them just a few minutes to score a goal. It was a 2-on-2, then it was a 2-on-1, and then suddenly it was a 2-on-0. The speed of Benson and Wardlaw hurting them. They passed the puck about 14 times, it felt like, before Benson banked it in the back of the net for the first goal of the game. Both goals coming in the first period for the Xtreme. Jordan Geyer, left side. Ollie Martin, he scored the last power play goal. Back around the corner. Wardlaw to Woodman at the point. Left side. Martin, sharp angle shot, and he had a lane, but Tustrinka saw that all the way. He's still keeping the team in the game.
Yeah, no, definitely. Could have seen that shot literally like it was a beach ball, basically. It was literally what it was. You need more traffic in front of him. You know, he's a very, very good goalie to find pucks. You have to put more traffic in front of him. 2 goals scored on Matus today. One was on a 2-on-0. Can't blame the goalie. The other one was with about 6 players banging away at a puck at the side of the net that found its way through. As the defense failed to clear. Nicola Powell tying up the puck in the corner, but coming away with it is Nathaniel Benson, who goes all the way in behind the goal. Whipped in front of the slot, all the way back to Wardlaw. Wardlaw with 2 assists tonight. He's got the puck now as Jamie Woodman tried to give it right back to him. Dylan Pope, the one working down low. Grabbed by Benson. Back to the right point. Woodman swivels down low. Wardlaw looking for a lane in the slot, and it goes off a Brewers skate, but back to Jamie Woodman. Woodman fires a shot through traffic. It was whipped right through, and the Brewers can finally bank this all the way out. Nice play there by Jamie Woodman, just to bring it a little bit more inside of the zone on the blue line and take a good shot at the goal. Joey McDougall, second power play unit, getting a look. He's going to skate this all the way into the attacking zone. Gets in behind the goal, swivels in behind. Back to the left point for Graham Charbonneau. Charbonneau to his cousin, Joey McDougall. Leads it in front of the net, and it just goes over Jared Seaman's stick, and coming out of the box is Steve Best, who is trying to create a turnover the other direction. Maley gets crunched walking in over the line, and I think we're going to have a penalty coming the other direction. And it's going to go against the Xtreme for high sticking. I haven't seen the play. I was basically trying to look at the transition, and I think it happens behind the play. So we're going to have a good look at it, basically, and see what's going to happen. So I think from what I saw, probably like it happened behind the play. So the puck was moving basically into a transition, and behind the play we had a high stick. Well, it's a gift for the Brewers, who will go back to the power play after killing off a very threatening-looking one from the Xtreme. Leeming to Hanberg. Hanberg, a nice pass across. Steve Best couldn't settle it down. Couple adjustments already. Hanberg moved to the point on this power play. Best moved to the side. Boyle through traffic, rebound in front. Standing in front was Leeming, and it's kept in by Ben Hanberg. Zach Boyle off to the left. Sack tries to wheel it back to Boyle. Boyle down low to Sack. Sack's got Best with him, gives him the puck. Steve Best off of Sack's stick in the slot. Huxley evades a man, and Zach Boyle keeps it in, trying to slow it down. Dean Peterson tying him up. Tomek Sack there to keep it. Drags it to himself. Steve Best was nearby. Sack keeps it. Boyle, one-timer through traffic, and Jeremy Friedrich, no rebound there.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is in front of the net, but that's Tyler Lehman. He's just got to do a better job of getting in front of Jeremy there. It's too easily tracked from the point. Really nice job of moving the puck around from the Brewers, but as soon as they try to pressure anywhere inside the slot, it just seems like the Xtreme have got that covered.
Couple of really good shot by Zach Boyle too. You know, good one-timer, can create a lot of space for himself. Tyler Boyle now playing the point. A couple adjustments from Mitch Villani on the power play, and they're looking like they're getting a couple more chances. Thrown through in the slot. Nicola Powell trying to settle it down, but he's got a couple Xtreme all over him, and Jared Seamans chips it out for the Xtreme. Seamans barrels off Tyler Boyle. Tyler Boyle trying to get the puck back, but Jared Seamans working hard to make life miserable for a couple Brewers on the other end while on the PK. Machos drops it back for Klein, and Seamans there again. It's been a good shift from Jared Seamans. Good intensity, and it pays off. Trinka lays the puck off, and it's a giveaway as Benson down low to McDougall. McDougall short-handed will just take his time. He won't take the opportunity, and he'll just play it back to his defense, and they can try to eat away the last
15 seconds of the man advantage.
Yeah, and the Xtreme are just wanting the puck a lot more at the moment. It just doesn't seem like there's much intensity from the Brewers whatsoever.
Wardlaw goes up high, only 6 seconds to go on the power play, and it looks like the Brewers are going to go for 0 for 3 and 0 for 14 on the season. At least the first half of that power play looked a little more impressive.
Well, yeah, they were able to settle into the zone, you know, get established, get some good passes, move the puck from one side to the other, east-west, you know, not just going north-south. So they're able to actually move the Bucks a little bit more. And yeah, they had a good look in the first part of that penalty.
Mateusz Trinka's had a busy night. He faced the highest workload in the Premier League season. His number's a little deceiving. He's got a goals against average of over 5, but he played for a team that only won 1 game. Struggled a little bit in front of him, and he faced over 40 shots a night. That's a big workload for a kid, and he's looking good here. And now we've got a tussle. Wardlaw has Reese Boundy going right after him, and Wardlaw wanted no part of it. I don't think Wardlaw wanted to fight.
Didn't look like it.
Well, it's a little bit of a mismatch when you look at the size of the two players. I'm not really sure why Reese Boundy went at Wardlaw, if he said something to him. But yeah, it's a little bit of a mismatch there.
Is Wardlaw, it looked like Wardlaw didn't even look like he wanted to fight.
I don't know. Frustration's definitely boiling over for the Brewers, though, and I don't know if that's a message sent out to Reese there to do something, but something was needed.
Off the draw, he just tied him up.
Yeah, I mean, Reese Boundy will try to bring a little bit of energy for his bench. You know, it's the type of thing that can really fire up, you know, a couple of players. And but I don't know if it was actually really clever for him to actually do that.
Was that even can you classify? I don't think Wardlaw wanted to fight. Here it is. Here
it'll be interesting to see what's called here.
He
by
goes
the referees.
down, and then this was the play. It got drawn down. I don't know if we have that replay again or how long it's on. It was behind the play. Do you call that a fight?
I don't know. I don't think you can, to be honest. I think you may be seeing a extreme power play here. So
that could be a major.
Well, it's definitely an instigator penalty, that's for sure. After that, I would be very, very interested to intrigued basically to see what.
I don't know if we're going to see a major though. I think it may be something like a double minor for a roughing or something like that. I don't know if we're going to see. Yeah, there you go. We're going to get a double minor. So.
Yeah, so it's not a fighting call because there was no willing participant on the other end.
I would be very intrigued to know what Wardlaw said to him, if there's any.
Or was it just go out there and try to change the momentum of the game? But doing
Probably.
that, now it's a 4-minute power play. After the Brewers looked like they could maybe get their way back into it, the Xtreme have an opportunity to pull very far ahead.
Message definitely sent from the bench to Reese Boundy to try something here, but that's the wrong
Head coach
thing
Eric
to
Lee
do.
not too happy on the Xtreme.
It's the wrong thing to do, definitely.
Well, I would be really mad too if you were going at one of my stud like that, you know.
Eric Lee probably wants him thrown out of the game. I don't think there's enough there to be thrown out of the game. I think double minor is the right call.
Well, Reese Boundy a double minor, 2 minutes for maybe roughing.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was double minor for roughing for sure.
Big shout out to JB doing a good job on the PA tonight, by the way. Either way, the Xtreme have a double minor. They got a pretty good opportunity. If they can score before the 2-minute mark, they can keep that power play alive and really put their stamp on this game. And here comes Wardlaw, leads Benson ahead. Trinka makes a nice save. Brewers trying to clear it, but it's kept in by Ollie Martin. Back down, and Zach Boyle can't clear it. It's slapped right at the point. Jamie Woodman making a big impression. Rebound down in front. Loose puck scrambling away. Geyer trying to chip away for it. Benson was calling for it, and the net was just pushed off its bearings a little bit as Trinka was trying to track the puck.
Good look again for the Xtreme. Once again, we have the Benson and Wardlaw combination on the attack, and then after that, you have the pass going back up. Well, the shot basically going back up to Woodman that put it just nice and easy to the net, and you never know what can happen.
Yeah, and that rebound popped out loose from Mateusz again.
Xtreme are 1 for 2 on the power play so far, and both of them have looked threatening. Charbonneau at the point. He helped score one of those power play goals back in the first period. McDougall back to the point for Woodman, who lobs it over the stick of Tyler Boyle. Back for McDougall. Back down low, Peterson to McDougall back to Peterson behind the net. Changes directions, looking for some sort of pathway. Brewers cutting them all off. Huxley back at the point. Across to McDougall. McDougall fires a shot. It rattles around the boards and picked up by Dean Peterson. Peterson again. Back to Huxley. Huxley down low. He had a lane and he found Joey McDougall, but it rattled over his stick. On the near side, Peterson again. Back to Huxley. Down low to McDougall. Very patient approach right here. They whipped it in front of the net. It goes all the way off the backboards. Huxley slaps one through, and it will be attempted to clear by Tom Tate. It gets through the defense. So a good first couple minutes here. Jeremy Friedrich misplayed the puck a little bit, and Tyler Boyle has the puck while shorthanded, and he's going to skate this all the way back, turn around, and fire it behind. So the first 2 minutes are killed on the double minor, which means the penalty will come to an end if Jamie Woodman in the Extreme can lead an attack here. Woodman. Oh, that's a quick shot as Nathaniel Benson will get it as it caromed off the backboards. Woodman back down low. Benson banked away off of it. Cameron Pope getting some penalty kill time. He was the one that laid the hit. Woodman, so calm, so cool. Gets it over to Geyer. Whips it back down low. Sharp angle shot. Wardlaw looking for something. It hit the backboards. The Brewers try to chip it out, but it's kept in by Jamie Woodman. Benson back down low. Off to Woodman. Woodman lobbed down towards Wardlaw. He couldn't quite handle it, and the Brewers a much needed clearance, and Jamie Woodman will go back and reset.
It was a bit of a quick play here by Wardlaw, trying to go short side. I think I would have probably tried to pass it up a little bit, open up the ice a little bit more, and not necessarily just go for a shot like this.
Nathaniel Benson cuts to his left, drop back. Martin with a shot that Matusz Trinka sees all the way. They've killed off the first 3 minutes. Hey, if you're a player on the bench, you kill off a double minor, what kind of momentum does that give to a team?
Well, you know, especially if you have like block shots and stuff like that, you have guys that are dedicated their whole body for their team. That brings a lot of energy on the bench, you know. It's the type of energy that can really create momentums.
Well, that's it, and it's something that the Brewers are going to need, that's for sure.
Big 55 seconds coming up here for the Brewers, trying to kill off this power play. Maley down low to Charbonneau, and they've got to reset. And Tyler Boyle tries to pressure Graham Charbonneau, and he's going to head over towards David Huxley. Jared Siemens slows things down, finds Joey McDougall, Noah Maley up the center of the ice. Off his stick, Maley tied up a little bit, works his way in the corner. Maley stops, pops back to the point. Woodman back down low. Maley a little too much to handle. Joey McDougall, showtime with the puck, looking for something. Over across, Huxley with a lane, tipped in front. Charbonneau banging away in front of the net. Puck gets free, down low, and it's in the back of the net. Graham Charbonneau causes all kinds of problems in front of the goal, and the Extreme get rewarded for it. I don't know who banked it in, but it's 3-0.
I think it's Noah Maley just finding the loose puck on the goal line there and jamming it in.
Yeah, just jump on the loose puck. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's a one-handed shot that was taken like basically on the rebound. I don't know if the other player right behind Matusz Trinka banks it in, but this is, look at this. One hand on the stick.
Charbonneau.
Wow.
Graham Charbonneau had the assist, doing the exact same thing on Ollie Martin's goal, and standing in front of the net creates some problems as it makes it 3-0 for Adelaide. Geyer settles it down. So a big, as soon as they looked like they were about to kill the penalty, the Extreme now have a 3-goal advantage. Steve Best enters the zone, powers his way wide. He's looking for Ben Hanberg. He's back behind the goal, plays it in front. Jeremy Friedrich makes the save. Friedrich hasn't been too busy tonight. By the scorer's count, only 14 shots on goal. Boys, stat for you right here. On teams that Jeremy Friedrich has played in the last 2 years, if they score the first goal, Jeremy Friedrich has not lost a game.
That's impressive. That is a unbelievable stats. You need to be really concentrated, you know. It's not because you have a lot of shot that you need to go with the fairies. You have to stay in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that has a lot of potential to change in a league like this as well with the
shot by Wardlaw, and it was Woodman that dropped that off. Woodman on the rush, starting to sound like a broken record.
I know. He's been doing that also with at the at the level, like the Prem level in WA. You know, he's the type of guy that can really generate a lot of offense from the back end.
Give a shout out. What club does he play for back in WA?
He plays for the Corbin Blackhawks.
Just like Tom Sack, correct?
Yeah, exactly. They play it together in the same team.
Who do you play for, Johan?
I play for the Northern Vikings, and I coach the Northern Chiefs in Division 1.
Well, there you go. Johan Levesque, come over from Western Australia. Well, the Brewers are going to get a power play opportunity here. It was a tripping call right behind the net. So the Brewers are looking for something. So if you missed it earlier, Reese Boundy got a 2+2 for trying to instigate a fight. Wardlow, not an active participant. They were gifted a 4-minute major. The Xtreme made them pay. They've scored 3 goals tonight. All of them have been tough ones for Mateusz Trinka, either traffic in front of the net or a 2-on-0. Trinka's seen everything else of the 30 shots that he's faced so far. Sack gets dumped and it goes all the way back down behind the goal.
It's going to be interesting to see if there's any adjustment that is going to happen now in the third period for the Brewers. You know, like they've been having a little bit less momentum. They've been having a couple of good looks in power play, but just to see if it's going to have a little bit of changes later on.
This is the 4th power play opportunity for the Brewers. Steve Best near the hash marks. He's got Leeming in behind the net. Leeming over towards Tomek Sack. Sack still without a goal, but he's looked dangerous in both the games he's played. Sack shot through traffic, blocked in front, and cleared from David Huxley, who's got a new helmet on, David Huxley. Started off with the full visor. Mid-game adjustment.
Mid-game adjustment.
From the savvy vet. Sack to Zach Boyle. Sack again, a lot of passing in the neutral zone, and here comes Tyler Leeming trying to get an attacking position. Handberg with him. Handberg, and Huxley takes one off the chin seconds after getting rid of that full cage.
Wow, that is dedication for your team. That's definitely something you want to see on the bench.
If that's an inch higher, that is right in his face.
I'm sure his wife Kelly Huxley will be loving that right now.
He would be spitting chiclets.
Yeah. Chip back down low. Tyler Leeming to the right point for Ben Handberg. Handberg, one of the most lethal players on power play opportunities in the Premier League, with the Jokers often used, though, in that one-time situation.
Yeah, he's got an absolute hammer of a 1T too, so he's a guy you don't want to leave open.
Brewers are going to go 0 for 4 if they can't get anything in the next 10 seconds on the power play, and that'll be 0 for 4 and 0 for 15 on the season.
I really want to see that shot from Handberg. This is the thing. I feel like we haven't had the opportunity to actually see it.
He scored a couple goals, but not on the one-timer in the competition. Back behind the goal is Reggie Machos. He scored last week, trying to become a bit of a spark plug here. Handberg tries to lay into the body, and Dean Peterson takes away the puck from Pope. Mateusz Trinka plays it in behind the goal. Wise chips it up across the center of the ice, and Jamie Woodman there to bank it back down. Wardlaw takes the puck off the turnover on the far side. Nathaniel Benson working back down low. Far corner, Cameron Pope, the development player, going after it. Pope gets the body thrown into him from Ollie Martin. It's played up and in behind the play. If the puck had got to him, Boyle was away, and it looks like something's come off the rink edge?
Yeah, it's just a rubber from the stanchion over there. It's just fallen off as someone's rubbed against it.
From the public skaters, who get a pretty good seat, good public skating session to go to just quietly.
It's great. I mean, to be very honest with you, the atmosphere in the building is awesome. Just remembering last week, you know, like you have people all around the rink looking at you, and you have a lot of atmosphere. It's really, really fun.
Last week was a 4-3 overtime game. It was back and forth. It was wild. There wasn't much separating either of the two teams. A bit of a different story tonight. The Adelaide Xtreme just all over the Port Brewers.
Yeah, and it just seems a little bit flat from the Brewers, if I'm going to be honest here. They're not generating a whole lot, so I think, as you said, Johan, it is time to maybe look at changing some things up, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. We've got a long season ahead of us here. You're always going to have to look at other things.
Still a 1-0 game in this period. It comes off, I don't know if it was credited to Graham Charbonneau or if it was credited to Noah Maley. We'll get final reporting on that in the intermission break. And here goes Cameron Pope. Lobs it in behind the goal. Huxley there. He absorbs a hit from Dylan Pope. Joey McDougall then receives a check from Tyler Boyle. They were line mates back with the Tigers this year. Wise, right side. Boyle. They're starting to mix the lines up maybe a little bit here. Tyler Boyle, though, only playing third line minutes. He played top 2 line minutes back with the Premier League team. Ollie Martin slows it down. He had a man going towards the front of the net. They couldn't quite settle down the puck. It was Tom Tate who was coming in off the rush. Back in the neutral zone. Wardlaw back to Woodman. Benson gets a hit from Pope. He bounces right back up, and it goes in behind the goal for Mateusz Trinka with just a minute to play in the second period. Xtreme have added to their lead. They scored 2 in the first, 1 in the third, and they look well in control here over doubling up in shots.
You can just see how much the Brewers are a bit overwhelmed by the energy of the Xtreme. You know, you can see that they're pushing the pace even at the end of the second. You know, and you can see that there's a lot of loose puck that the Xtreme are actually jumping in straight away. You know, the Brewers needs to be able to get those loose puck, have the opportunity to go up the ice for theirself.
Off the draw, a block shot, and Jake O'Brien tries to clear the zone. It goes back in the neutral zone. Noah Maley getting credit for the goal. David Huxley has the assist. I think that should be Graham Charbonneau. Chipped over towards the right side. Benson back to the right point. Woodman looking to add to some damage, and it was tipped in front by Ollie Martin. It goes between his legs, back to the point. Woodman settles down the puck. Through traffic again, Mateusz Trinka makes a really nice save to kick that one to the corner. Time running down, and another good period from the Xtreme. Handberg receives a shot. Benson going into the corner. He evades a check. Benson still strong on the puck. Just seconds to go. Benson in the slot. Back to the point. Geyer through traffic. Tipped off Wardlaw's stick and into the corner. And a big hit after the whistle. The Brewers a little bit frustrated. And out of frustration, that's where the double minor came. And that's where the Xtreme did their damage. They've scored 2 power play goals when it comes down to it tonight.
Oh yeah, no, their power play has been lethal. They moved the puck so well. I was really interested to actually see that team. You know, like we hear a lot about them, and no, they definitely bring a lot of heat tonight.
Yeah, that's it. It wouldn't just be the power play for me. It's even 5-on-5. The Xtreme are dominating right now. As you said, the loose pucks, you'd say 80-90% are being won by the Xtreme, and that comes down to a lot of what we're seeing. 31-15, they're doubling the shots. Like Brewers aren't getting any attempts whatsoever in dangerous areas.
Still a lot of hockey to play. We'll head to the intermission. In this intermission, you'll get a clip from the In the Slot panel show. We run it every Wednesday night. You'll see it live on our Facebook and YouTube pages on NHSL. We were lucky enough to have Ben Handberg, Jake Hazel, and Nathaniel Benson, all promising young players, 18, 19 years old, all grew up playing together with the Jokers organization, all on different teams. So that's what you'll see in the intermission. But until then, it's Eric, Johan, and Ryan saying we'll see you in the third. Xtreme leads 3-0. Inside the ice arena on beautiful Ghana land, Eric Balnar and players Johan Levesque and Ryan Foll calling all the action for you. The Adelaide Xtreme, they set the tempo up pretty early and often. Nathaniel Benson banked home the first goal of the game. They've been a pretty dynamic duo all night, haven't they?
They've been incredible. They really have some chemistry going straight away, and it's really good to see, you know, for the rest of the season for sure.
2 goals have been scored by just getting pucks in front of the net, getting Mateusz Trinka down. Ollie Martin banked one home on the replay. It's been physical, as you boys have said all night long. That's something you had to expect. I think Nathaniel Benson felt the pressure on the other direction, but every opportunity the other way. This was a key moment back in the second period. You had a willing party in Reese Boundy, but Xander Wardlaw didn't want to participate. The result was a power play and then a goal. Great effort for Graham Charbonneau to knock it down off a point shot from David Huxley, and bank at home is Noah Maley, and that made it 3-0. Jamie Woodman, excellent all game. How was that jump, by the way, at the end of this? What was he jump for that guy? That was unbelievable. Jesus, Jamie Woodman. I didn't even realize that when that happened. That was fantastic. Either way, it's been pretty dominant from the Xtreme, but there's still 20 minutes to go.
I mean, anything can happen, you know. They can turn the wave the other way and get some energy straight away. I feel like the beginning of the period is going to be crucial for them. They have to start with a lot of pace to make sure that they're actually able to create something later on during this period.
Yeah, especially in a stop time game. 20 minutes of stop time is plenty of time to get back into this one. But it's got to start off with this first face-off. The intensity and just the level of play overall needs to lift. We haven't really seen much through 2 periods, and looks like we've got a little bit of a is there a change up in the lines so far? It doesn't look like it so far yet.
Nope, no changes. They're keeping that same line together, looking for some sort of breakthrough. Scoring opportunities in this game heavily in favor of the Xtreme. That last period, by the way, face-offs 15-5 for the Xtreme, controlling the puck possession a lot. We're underway in the third. Adelaide lead Port Adelaide 3-0. Is this the first version of a hockey showdown?
Yeah, I guess so.
Puck goes down the other way. Icing waved off. Andrew Chen. Up off the boards, Jared Siemens trying to find Noah Maley. It's been a hard-working line all night long. Tristan Reese bounces off his stick, and Noah Maley tries to push it the other way. Zach Boyle, right side. Here comes Tyler Leeming. Leeming gets a shot after the play from Graham Charbonneau. Weird watching Sharps play without that big bushy beard. He's still got that beard, but I think we were getting used to that.
Yeah, clean it up a little bit.
Still looking a little bit like a lumberjack out there.
So here's Nathaniel Benson trying to power to the net. A good back check from Tyler Leeming, and almost a costly turnover, but it goes through everybody. Back to the point. Woodman cuts around to the right side using his wheels. Woodman down low, centering play, and the Perth Thunder captain couldn't quite control it as it goes all the way back, and Jordan Geyer will settle it down.
Oh, there you go.
Here he goes again. Woodman trying to split through traffic. Benson has the puck bouncing around him, but Ben Handberg plays it off the boards, and he's going to try to skate away with it with Tomek Sack going towards the net. Handberg gets around one, centering play, and Jeremy Friedrich just takes the momentum out of the play and holds on to the puck.
Good transition from the Brewers up and down. You know, they have to move the puck north-south way quicker. You were able to see on that sequence there, you know, the puck went really quickly up the ice, and they've been able to have a good chance, but unlucky for the pass across, basically.
Draw back in the circle. Woodman, after the faceoff, won again by the Xtreme. A story all night long. They drafted 6 centers, and you can see the 3 that they've used taking the draw. It worked pretty well. Stapleton, one of those centermen, but he's been playing on the wing, and he's looked all right there. Stapleton grinding in the corner, gets it around the boards, and it's chipped back up in the neutral zone and all the way back down the ice and in behind, and that goes for icing.
Yeah, well, I think the Brewers need to take a note out of the Xtreme's playbook here, and when they do start putting some shots on net, keep them a bit lower, create some rebounds, and crash the net, because so far every single shot Jeremy's seen has been way too easy.
Yeah, their transition from their zone to the other side has been really, really good so far tonight.
Huxley's sent a few barrels from the point today. That one got through, but it goes off the pad of Matusz Trinka. Logged up into the neutral zone. Steve Best working against David Huxley, 2 former teammates with the adrenaline. That goes in behind and out of play. We'll have another stoppage.
Eric, I want to do something a bit special because I've been receiving a lot of message on my phone in between the periods. I have to give a big shout out to my friends that plays Outlaws in the Summer League.
Yeah,
I was playing for them before I left, and they've been sending a lot of messages. So big shout out to my boys over there.
The Outlaws. Glad to hear the Outlaws are tuning in, joining in on the fun of this league. They're missing you this year.
Yeah.
How are the Outlaws going?
It's up and down, but hopefully they're gonna figure things out. But great team, great group of guys, absolutely.
Jeff Pellerin for the Brewers gets a shot after he deposits the puck in behind the goal, and Jeremy Friedrich had a player sneak up behind him and almost take away the puck. Kept in by Zach Boyle. Through traffic, goes off David Huxley's shin and into the corner, and Hux will take the puck, chip it off the boards, but not quite out. Turnover again. Jeff the Pest Pellerin down low to Zach Boyle in front of the net. Boyle scores! Zach Boyle with a highlight reel goal, and the Brewers are back in the hockey game.
Beautiful drive by Zach Boyle, coming from the corner, deeks it in, and banks it on the backhand. Beautiful goal right here.
Yeah, great job following up his own play there as well. Finds a loose puck and just banks it in over Jeremy. Not a lot Jeremy can do about that, and when Zach's got that much time, he's going to bank those in.
Yeah, he had a highway all the way to the net from the corner, and he took his chances. This is what the Brewers have to do. You know, they have to be able to score goals when they have the opportunity.
Refs are discussing something here. I don't know if we can bring the replay up again. It was Pellerin who had the nice pass to him.
Did that puck cross the goal line?
Hux does not think so, and neither does Jeremy.
Oh, we got to have a good look at it now.
Oh, yeah, it did. He pulled it out of the net, but definitely over.
I want to see that replay again.
If we can go back to that one, you'll clearly see it comes right over the goal line, and he's just pulled it out.
Looks like we're not going to go into any reviews whatsoever.
It's a 3-1 game, so this game has some new life. Big shift right after you score a goal. Can you consolidate? And it goes all the way back out. We'll be interested to see that on replay again. Don't worry, we have it for you for all you anxiously waiting at home. Maybe the Outlaws are wondering, and we just got to let them know. Puck goes out of play. Here's a look at the replay again.
Oh, yeah,
yep,
that's it.
That's it, but good effort from Jeremy.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the things that I heard about Jeremy is he's never going to give up on any pucks, you know? He's going to go at it all night. So really good try, but yeah, that was definitely a goal.
And a great goal from the refs as well, just to stick with the decision and call it a goal, because that's not easy to see in real time. Like, we've had to see that twice.
Especially when you know that you're going to be able to go back home, look at it on camera, and know if you got it right or wrong. It's probably a relief. You think that's going to be the first question they're going to ask off the ice? Be like, did we get it right?
Yeah, probably having his wife looking at him being like, nah, bad call.
Back on the other way, it's Benson looking for Wardlaw. Wardlaw, oh, he rifled a shot just a little bit wide. Those two have been lethal all night long. Just like this guy, Jamie Woodman. Stretch pass ahead, tip back, Matoush. Trinka settles it down. Trinka plays it around the boards. Wise, off to O'Brien. Centering play, Brewers trying to get some life after Zach Boyle has scored the first goal for the Brewers of the game. Thrown in at Jeremy Friedrich, and he'll slow down the play and stop it.
I mean, I don't mind a lot of physicality, but you have to be careful of what kind of hit you're going for, you know? If it's a type of hit that's going to get you out of the play, basically, you have to be a little bit more clever than that. There's a couple of times with the Brewers where I feel like they want to match up to the intensity of the Xtreme, but they get their stuff out of the play.
Yeah, and that's all the frustration coming down to it as well. And yeah, you don't want to remove yourself from the play and have odd man rushes going the other way. Well said.
Slapped by Tyler Boyle, Zach's brother. Reese Boundy back on the ice. He took that crucial 2+2. Start of the game, both teams have had 4 power play opportunities. Xtreme have scored 2 goals. Brewers haven't scored a power play goal, and the Xtreme lead by 2. Go figure. Boyle loses control of the puck, but he gets some support from Reese Boundy, who wheels it out and chips it up to Reggie Machos. Machos runs into the referee, and now there's going to be a penalty, I believe, here coming up to the Brewers. Nope. But he's just been for a delayed offside as another hit exchange behind the play. Dean Peterson involved in this one. Woodman drops it back off to Huxley. He can't control it. It's a turnover. Steve Best in a dangerous area. Best turns back towards the point. Settled down at the point. Played back down low, and it's intercepted by Jamie Woodman, and Woodman's turned it into a 2-on-1. Woodman had Maley with him, and Maley might have been a touch offside. Woodman can't believe it. We'll get a good look at it on the replay.
Missing a little bit of concentration there.
Oh, hard to see on that angle, but yeah, you'd be real frustrated with that. It's a possible 3-on-1 there.
Yeah, beautiful play to break out the play at his blue line basically and get the puck turnover.
Oh,
just offside.
Yeah.
Good look at the replay there. We've had a few good angles tonight. Hope you're all enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching around the country, even around the world, but on SBS On Demand. Woodman again. Chips it up to Joey McDougall. Maley knocks it down. Back in the neutral zone. The puck squirts out to, and Jordan Geyer blows a tire trying to settle it down. Steve Best takes a stab at it. Goes back to Adam Wise and Cameron Pope through traffic, and teams having trouble settling down the puck right now. Woodman. Again to Geyer. Off the boards and tipped out of play by Tomek Zach. So 3-1 game. 2 5-on-5 goals. 2 power play goals.
Sorry. There's different. You can really see like now, like the third period has started. You can see that the legs are starting to get heavier a little bit. You can see that there's a little bit less oxygen going to the brain. So we start to have a little bit more broken plays.
Yeah, that's it. I think you'll definitely start to see in this last sort of 10 minutes of the period, play really start to open up.
Well, you boys said this is the point in the game where your teams felt it. That went off the rafters. How was that not blown dead? That hit 2 things up in the crowd. So either way, it'll be Jamie Woodman with the puck. He switches direction to shake 1. He cuts over there, and Steve Best takes it away from Woodman, carrying it up, centering play in front. Oh, and Tomek Sack had a glorious opportunity to cut the lead in half, and instead it's Benson going the other direction. Benson with Martin, and Martin tips it just a little bit wide.
We have some action here, boys.
Yeah, and I think this is what we're going to see pretty much the rest of the period. It's just going to open up.
The next goal, crucial. Brewers were down 3 goals. Over Zach Boyle's stick, he shovels it into the neutral zone and goes all the way back to Andrew Chen. Chen to Peterson. Peterson tried to throw it in the corner, but Zach Boyle, the goal scorer, picked his pocket. Boyle tries to drag up the middle of the ice. Graham Charbonneau and Andrew Chen combine to cut him off, and now Sharbs takes the puck. He'll work out left, and a nice pass across to Andrew Stapleton. Stapleton with some speed. Stapleton cuts towards the net. He lost the puck behind him, and it's chipped out, and here comes Zach Boyle in behind the play. Boyle fakes the shot, works out wide. Charbonneau trying to close him down. Boyle runs into a little bit of trouble, but he's got some support from Tyler Leeming. Leeming still with the puck in behind the net. He's got a man in Jeremy Klein in front of the net, but Leeming takes it into the corner. Turns the old spin move on the controller. Tried to work his way to the front of the net. And the puck will be tied up on the far boards, but coming away with it is Tyler Leeming. Fans on the shot. Second opportunity, takes a stab at it, and it goes high and out of play.
We can really see that the Brewers start to get a little bit of momentum from their goal, but you can see Jamie Woodman just literally losing the puck, and a good poke check by
Steve Best,
and that turnover and that beautiful chance, beautiful pass across. And again, Tomek Sack couldn't bury it.
You got to bury that, though. That's one you got to bury.
He's got to buy a goal somehow, Tomek Sack. He's been a very good player in the first 2 games. He's created a lot. He's done everything but score.
It's coming, it's coming.
It's hard to keep a good player down for too long as Huxley plays this up towards the center of the ice. Maley and Siemens were both searching for it, going back the other direction. O'Brien knocked it down. Klein plays it in behind the goal, and the Brewers will go for a change. Next goal, so important. Xtreme can try to kill the game, or the Brewers can make it a real big game.
That's going to be a really important face-off. It's an offensive face-off for the Brewers. They have to capitalize. They have to get something going. There's a little bit less time on the board, so they have to figure it out something to make sure that game goes either to overtime or to create something for themselves.
Dylan Pope, the one taking the draw versus Joey McDougall, and Joey McDougall wins it cleanly, and it goes all the way back to Jeremy Friedrich. It allows the Xtreme to get a change, though.
And that's it, and that's another face-off win for the Xtreme. I believe that was one of the key stats that we saw in the second period there, and something the Brewers are going to obviously need to work on.
It was 75% is what the clip was. They were operating in the face-off zone. Brewers might have won that one, but it goes right to an Xtreme player, and Ollie Martin, who goes down the wing, and he'll throw one at Mateusz Trinka, and Trinka knocks it into the corner. Trinka, again, has been very good keeping his team in the game and still with a shot. Woodman through traffic, and another kick save from Mateusz Trinka. That was a big one again, and it goes off the skate. He's made a few of those. Wise plays it all the way down. That will go for icing and all the way in behind Jeremy Friedrich, but Mateusz Trinka again stuck that right leg out and kept the puck out of the net.
Absolutely. One of the things that I like also about that play is how much the Brewers was able to actually jump on that puck straight away after the shot, being able to clear the front of the net. You know, this is the type of thing that they have a lot of difficulty to do in the power play, and it basically cost them 2 goals.
Draw again, off to the right. Chipped off the boards. Nathaniel Benson slows it down, and he's going to get an offensive zone possession, but he converged. We had 2 Brewers players converge around him. Tip forward once again. Here we go. Out of the zone. Ooh. Dylan Pope, a slippery move. He enters the attack with Tyler Boyle, but Graham Charbonneau, the savvy vet, plays it off to the right side. Xtreme trying to clear. Benson there to help it out, and he'll play it forward. Ollie Martin couldn't quite handle the pass, and the Brewers go the other direction with Tyler Boyle back behind the goal. Players bang around. Andrew Chen with the puck, stretches it ahead, and he'll return the favor. Chen leading Peterson ahead, in behind the goal. Icing waved off. Tristan Reese quickly to deposit the puck, but it pops free in a dangerous area. Steve Best just had to get rid of it, and going behind the play as Tomek Zak slaps a shot, and it goes wide and rifles around the boards all the way back to the left point. Dean Peterson carries it forward, drags around Steve Best, and Best at the last second knocked it forward the other way, and Tomek Zak is going to chase after this, but it got in behind the defenseman and away for icing as we've almost reached the midway point of the period.
It's very important when you are on the rush like this, you have to be able to hit the net. If the puck rims around, it becomes a turnover for the other team, you know, because that puck is having so much velocity, it hits the board, comes back with a lot of speed, and then if the other teams take it, it's a really easy turnover and a very easy unmanned rush.
Chip back down behind the goal from Noah Maley. Another face-off win and another offensive zone possession. Maley in front, Trick, a big save, scores! Noah Maley on the second chance opportunity has his second goal of the game. And that is a Noah Maley trademark goal.
Yep, just keeps his feet moving, trucks the puck extremely well, and to be able to roof it that close to the net as well is something that not a lot of people can do.
Yeah, well, one thing that I really enjoy is the play in the corner by Joe McDougall. You know, he really pushed himself. He pushed a player out, really break the guy with the puck, basically, and push that puck in front of the net for Maley.
Did you get an opportunity to coach Noah Maley with the Generals?
I did, yes. Yeah, he's so smart and sometimes underrated because he's such a good two-way player. His defensive side of the game goes quite unnoticed.
Zach Boyle creates a turnover, fires a shot, big rebound in front. Huck settles it down, lobs it towards safety in the neutral zone. Noah Maley was really impressive in the Premier League season, in the last half especially, as Mateusz Trinka dives out, back of the point, shot through traffic, and it was blocked in front, and there's going to be an interference call during all of this too. But yeah, you remember Noah there's Reese Boundy in the middle of it again.
We've got a little bit of a talk here. Reese Boundy trying to get some energy again. Very interesting play here by Mateusz Trinka to go out like this, you know, and after that he had to basically try to do an acrobatic in front of his net. The puck never came to him, but still, you know, the glove behind the back like this, it's a bit acrobatic, Cirque du Soleil style.
Boundy with those two front teeth looks like a hockey player. Either way, Dean Peterson's going to the box. That's for interference. Well, the Brewers 0 for 4 on the power play today. You feel like this is one that they absolutely have to score on.
Yeah, oh, most definitely. This is a huge. It'll be a huge lift because they'll get their first power play goal and it'll be within 2 again. Steve
Best to Zach Boyle. Scored a really nice goal earlier, but literally barely, just centimeters across the goal line on a good effort from Jeremy Friedrich. Hanberg in behind the play, going into the attack and swiped around the boards. Zach Boyle pinching down. Boyle plays it off to the right side to Hanberg. Hanberg off to Best, to Hanberg again. Shot for the point, tipped down, scores! Ben Hanberg throws a puck on net, and it was banked in front, and the Brewers are back in this.
Beautiful play, that little touch pass going back on the blue line, basically. Open up a little bit of space for Hanberg to put the puck to the net. Good redirection by
Leeming,
Leeming in front of the net. I think it touched him, yeah, definitely. But that little touch pass just opened up a little bit of space. Touch pass Best to Hanberg. Good shot on goal.
Beautiful tip too, beautiful tip. And that's how you beat Jeremy Friedrich, right? He's going to track pucks if he can see him. He can't see anything there, and let alone a tip as well. So textbook. And there it is, 2-goal game. Brewers finally break that goose egg on the power play, and here we go.
They were 0 for 15 before that power play, but they finally got one. And now the Brewers, who are leading this period, they entered it down 3-0, have made it 4-2. And again, that next goal, oh so important. Klein plays it towards the center of the ice. Nick Powell trying to scurry to get there. Knocked down and chipped in behind the goal again, and it's Graham Charbonneau cutting it off before it even gets to the goal line. Glove down by the goal scorer, Leeming. That goes off the roof, the old ski hill, and back down. You know, there used to be a ski hill in this place, Johan?
That's incredible.
Were you old enough to remember the ski? I was before my time, but
Yeah, I was. I came to a couple birthday parties here, went up the old escalator, you know, come down on the toboggans.
So what happened to it? What happened to it?
Well, we've only got half of it now, obviously, so yeah, they obviously just couldn't keep it running.
Peterson carries it the other way. That penalty still on the board at the ice arena to Dean Peterson, even though it's off. They're back to full strength because the Brewers had a power play goal. Either way, they'll carry on. Tom Tate tries to find Peterson at the center of the ice. It clunks off his stick into the corner. Adam Wise plays it forward. Back in the neutral zone, settled down by David Huxley. Huxley's looked solid all night. And a big collision at the blue line and a turnover for Stapleton. 2-on-1. Guys to a 5-hole. Peterson tries to settle it down. And off go the Brewers the other way. Reese Boundy carrying it in the attacking zone. Barrels through David Huxley and into the corner. Chipped out back to the right point. O'Brien tries to settle it down. Back to Boundy. Boundy plays it in behind the goal. Jeremy Friedrich out to play it. Xtreme had a 3-0 lead, but the Brewers trying to battle back. We could be in for a fun next few minutes, but here come the duo again. It's Benson, a shot and another kick save from Matus Trinka. Tomek Sak had a man tied up. He tried to take it the other way. He couldn't settle it down. Nathaniel Benson smudged off the puck and dumped down from Zach Boyle. Wardlaw goes to bang around in the corner. Benson pokes it free, but nobody there to help it out, so it's Tomek Sak for the Brewers that plays it forward.
Lovely
nice
play.
chip pass from Handberg up to Best. Cutting towards the net. Steve Best gets tangled up, and he's going to draw a penalty. So the Brewers, who just scored on the power play with 7:20 left, have a potentially game-altering opportunity.
Well, they're playing with a lot more intensity now, though. Like that play's just come from the physical play, smart physical play as well, like we talked about earlier. So,
No, definitely it starts to have a little bit more pace. Beautiful move by Steve Best to create a little bit of chance here, and he had to force Woodman to basically hold him because otherwise he would be all alone.
You saw it last week. The Brewers had a lot of fight. There's a lot of opportunities for them to dig themselves in a hole, but they just stayed above water, stayed in the game long enough, scored a shorthanded goal with 2 minutes left in the game, and then won it in overtime. These Brewers, if they've proven anything so far, it's that they're feisty.
They're not going to give up, that's for sure.
Big moment here as Zach Boyle cuts through two, left side. Tomek Sak stops, tries to lob it across. Tyler Leeming, he's buzzing right now. He scored a goal earlier on the deflection to make it a 4-2 game. And another player going down, and I think that's going to end the power play opportunity as the Brewers touch the puck. It only lasts 35 seconds because we're going to play some 4-on-4 hockey.
Yeah, I think we had a little bit of a high stick behind the net there. Unfortunate for the Brewers, definitely. You know, they could have capitalized on that power play, definitely, but it's going to be a 4-on-4 opportunity now.
yeah, very frustrating for the Brewers with all that momentum. That definitely stings.
4-on-4 open play, though. Wardlaw and Benson going out there for the Xtreme, probably unsurprisingly. And Steve Best and Zach Boyle out there for the Brewers, also not a shock at all. Big draw won by the Brewers, and Zach Boyle tries to play a man forward, but tied up. There's Tomek Sak, tries to drag his way out of the zone, but he's going to get the pass in the neutral area, and Steve Best can't quite maintain possession. Nathaniel Benson curls back in his own end, plays it forward to Andrew Chen. Their teammates in local hockey and their teammates here. They've been teammates all throughout growing up. Junior teams, the Adelaide Adrenaline, the Jokers, the Xtreme. Here they are again. Zach Boyle pushing the puck forward. Tomek Sak's with them. Boyle with a man draped all over him. Gets down low, throws it in front of the net. It's knocked down by Jordy Geyer, who will go out the other way, and he'll carry it out, but Steve Best bears down on him and forces the turnover. Best, cross-ice pass to Tomek Sak. Sak with the puck. He couldn't quite control it. He had a man going towards the net, and back is Adam Wise. 30 seconds to go of 4-on-4 hockey. Steve Best forward again off Nick Powell's stick. Graham Charbonneau slows it down. They've got a power play coming in 20 seconds. The Xtreme, they're 2 for 4 on the day. Crucially on that double minor last period, 10 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Noah Maley, he's got 2 goals. The last 2 goals, in fact. Goal number 3 and goal number 4, both at critical times. McDougall back in the corner, takes a weird bounce. Maley lurking around the net. Works behind the goal again. Maley trying to battle away with it. It goes all the way back up to the point. Xtreme now on the power play. Down low, Jared Siemens powers off a man. Back behind the goal. McDougall causing havoc in front of the net. Back to the point for David Huxley. Returns the pass, bounce off Siemens' stick. Joey McDougall has a man ricochet off of him and into the corner. Back to the point again for Huxley. He can't quite settle it down. Just kept it in. Maley with a shot on goal, and Matusz Trinka makes the save as he's well over 40 shots on goal in the game now for the 2nd straight time, Matusz Trinka.
I mean, to be very honest with you, the recipe is pretty clear. You know, when you look at the intensity of the Adelaide Xtreme in offensive zone, you know, you have guys like Maley, you have guys like Joey McDougall that are literally like, they're fighting for every loose puck, every single battle that they have, and they win them. And that makes a massive difference. That's how they've been able to keep that puck in.
Draw one again, back to the right point. Here's Jamie Woodman working to the right, and it's a shot block with a man coming out of the box, and the Brewers could have been away, but they missed the opportunity.
Beautiful read from Jamie Woodman of the guy coming out of the box too to intercept that pass, or you got a breakaway.
So we're under 5 minutes to go. It is truly go time for the Brewers. They need a goal because they're running out of time. Xtreme goal you think would put it away in distance, but there's still some script left to unfold here, and Graham Charbonneau absolutely laid into Jeremy Klein, and a penalty is going to come the other way as Friedrich grabs it. Charbonneau going to get a penalty for it, and it's going to be a late power play opportunity for the Brewers. Wow, what a hit.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a elbow in the face here. You can see that, you know, there's a little bit of a size difference also that doesn't really help the situation, but definitely a hit that should have been penalized.
I think Klein had the same thing happen to him last game, where he laid a hit on somebody on the Stars last week, right in the same spot. It was an elbowing call almost right there.
Yep.
Okay. So, the Brewers with a power play opportunity, 4:18 to go. They are 1 for 5 on the day. This is power play opportunity number 6.
There's definitely something that needs to happen with those 5 guys on the ice. You know, like, they started to get a little bit of rhythm, but they need to be able to capitalize on their shot, and especially coming from Zach Boyle, Tomek Sak, Steve Best. They have to be the guys that make the difference ultimately.
Draw one by Handberg. Best shot through traffic. Tyler Leeming again had the tip, but it went out of play this time.
Good face-off. Face-off won by the Brewers. That makes a difference. You know, you start with the puck, and after that, you can start to settle in and have a good power play going.
Yeah, just unfortunate that tip went straight out of play there, because this draw is going to come outside now.
Even if there's not that much time on the board, they have to still stay patient, you know? They have to be able to control and build a play, you know? Not just freak out and shoot that puck straight to the net.
That's it. They got a full 2 minutes. They need to use all of it.
Boyles, one of the goal scorers, has a shot on net. That was blocked. Steve Best trying to keep it in, plays it back down low. Zach Boyle around the corner to Tyler Leeming. Back to the point for Handberg. Handberg finds Best. Best to Handberg. Handberg shot through traffic. Rebound was there. Sack had a shot at it, and it just missed it, and it gets cleared all the way back. Ben Handberg's being moved to the point on the power play, and they might have found something here, the Brewers.
Yeah, I love those little pass across the blue line like this. It opened up the play. That's what happened on their goal in the power play.
Boyle, right side. Again, here comes Tomek Sak. Sak stops, trying to handle the play, just keeps it in, and Steve Best is going to scamper over there to bring it down. Best trying to set something up. Zach Boyle through traffic gives a firm pass along the ground, but Nicola Pau couldn't control it, and the Xtreme will send it the other direction. Matusz Trinka plays it again. He was going to give it to Steve Best, but he gives it to Ben Handberg instead. Under a minute to go in this power play opportunity. Handberg, he's got a race for it. Noah Maley going after him, and the Xtreme take control, but Steve Best, another neutral zone interception, and he evades Noah Maley, works on the backhand, drops it back to the point for Nicola Pau, who will carom it around the boards. And a big hit down in the corner. Jamie Woodman lays into it.
Melee is really everywhere on the ice tonight. He's playing a really nice game.
And not another penalty. They're pulling their goalie.
Yep.
6-on-4, they're pulling their goalie. It also gives a free shot for the Xtreme down on the other ice, but there's only 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go. And it's not icing, but it's a free shot if the Xtreme can settle it down and want it. 10 seconds to go. The goalie is pulled. So an extra attacker on the ice. All the marbles on the table now, and it's intercepted. Here's a shot on net from Wardlaw. Calm, cool, collected, ball game. Xander Wardlaw is going to get his 3rd point of the night.
Well,
just not a lot happening there from the Brewers from even towards the end of that power play. You gotta be desperate for every puck, and it was just way too calm and contained for that point of the game. There wasn't really any intensity whatsoever, and even here, just trying nothing play really.
At that point, when you have your 6-on-5, you have to be able to control the play. Just trying to dangle people at that point is not necessarily the play to do. You have to be able to control, bring the puck as low as possible, and get something going. But I don't know if you pay attention to the reaction of Xander Wardlaw towards the bench of the Brewers after his goal.
The bench.
So we started to have a little bit of chirping at the end.
Well, it's a 5-2 game. The Xtreme should be able to skate away home from here, although the Brewers gave themselves a good chance back in the 3rd. 3 points from Xander Wardlaw, and here come the Brewers once again, not going quietly. Carried out by Brandon Taylor. Chip forward by Stapleton. Trinka plays it behind the goal. Benson and Wardlaw, Dean Peterson, turnover. Oh, another highlight for Mateusz Trinka. Still fighting those pucks away.
If there's definitely a good thing that happened in this game for the Brewers, it was Mateusz Trinka once again.
5-2 the score. So in the first period, it was Benson and Wardlaw. They combined on the 2-on-0. On the power play, Ollie Martin knocked home a goal that Graham Charbonneau created on the power play in front of the net. Noah Maley got the 3rd goal. Very similar play that Sharps caused havoc in front of the net. Maley knocked it back there. Zach Boyle made it interesting, made it 3-1, but Noah Maley, a great second effort off some hard work from Joey McDougall in the corner, made it 4-1. Tyler Leeming tipped home a Ben Hanberg shot to make it 4-2, and then an empty net short-handed goal from Xander Wardlaw has the Xtreme in an enviable position with just 90 seconds to go in this one. The Brewers made it interesting, but the Xtreme a very complete game all in all.
Yeah, they're very level in their head too. They've been very poised in the way that they've been playing that game so far.
Back behind the goal. Back to the point. Here's a shot from Nicola Powell. Rifles one through, and I think Jeremy got a piece of it. Boyle has a swarm of Xtreme all over him, and Joey McDougall has some of the life sucked out of the game. It's all but over. All that has to happen is those 50 seconds peel off the clock, and hopefully no funny business. And the Adelaide Xtreme will skate to their first 2 points of the year. 2 games and everybody's got a point on the season so far. Maybe an indication of how tight it could be. Next week, the Xtreme get to play the Stars, and could be a fun one for you.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's a type of game also that we like to play. A lot of speed. The Xtreme are showing a lot of intensity, and it's definitely the type of game that we are bringing also.
Yeah, that's it. Well, every game you play in this league, you've got your work cut out for you. So, yeah, definitely excited to play them for the first time.
Chopped down by Adam Wise. Played by Dean Peterson. He played a nice game in his return. All players survived the game. That's a big check mark. And a turnover in front. Reggie Matcha scores! Reggie's got 2 goals on the NHSL season. A turnover in front. Brewers needed that like 2 minutes ago, but Reggie's shooting back to the top of the goal scoring chart.
Well, if there's one thing that we can say is you have to build for the next game, You have to be able to see the good thing that you can bring for the next game, like the thing to build on. They don't give up. They are not a team that gives up. They're going to go all the way to the end, and that is one strain that you can keep all season long.
So the seconds will peel off with 10 to go. A 5-3 game. Reggie Machos adds one late. Multiple point performances from a few Xtreme players. Brewers show fight, but Xtreme win the night. 5-3, your round 2 final.
Well, they show a lot of promise. They're a really good team, and they proved it tonight, you know. And it's going to be definitely a team to look at this season. But I don't know for you, Foley, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go now.
Oh, that's it. I'm excited to play. Like I said before, you got your work cut out for every game. So, I'm not going into that game with too big of a head. Let's be real. They got some great players on their team, but so do we. So let's go, right?
There's definitely something that popping into my mind when I look at every team in this league is the parity of that league. You know, it's very close. There's a lot of good players in every team, and no, definitely really good decision for me to come here and play in this league. It's really, really fun.
Well, a big one for the Brewers is they made adjustments in that third period. Things weren't working for them their first two. They made adjustments, and they made a game of this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But one other thing, like we've been saying that all game long, it's to be able to match the intensity of the Xtreme. And in third period, they brought a little bit of they went into it saying to themselves, look, we can change our present. The past is the past. We don't know what the future is. We have to live the present moment, and they went into it, played really well.
That's it.
We're going to throw it down to the ice right now. David Muggleton is with the captain of the Xtreme, Joey McDougall.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Mr. Showtime himself. Now, Showtime, the Xtreme sure put on a show.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working hard the last 5 weeks and really wanted to come out and execute. Everybody's been saying we look real good on paper, so we just wanted to come show them what we're made of tonight.
Now, how important was it for you as a team to actually execute in this game one?
I mean, we really just want to set the tempo. We want to play the game at our pace and at our speed, and I think we showed that tonight. A couple fall behinds, and I mean, we could have played a better 60-minute game, but I mean, long season to work on stuff still.
Were there any exceptional performances by your teammates that you were quite impressed with?
Really happy with the way everybody played tonight, but I mean, the young guys really stepped it up. The guys from Interstate had a hell of a game, and I don't think anybody on our side should be disappointed with the way they played tonight.
Now, looking forward, next game, you're against the Stars. I'm assuming you watched the game from round one. What are you expecting from them?
I mean, they're going to come out. They're a high-tempo team. We saw it in the beginning of the game last week. Like, they came out firing, and it was a high tempo. So we're going to have to match that, really bring down the pace to where we're comfortable playing. And I don't think they should give us too much trouble.
No worries. Well, looking forward to see you again next week.
Thanks very much.
Well, there you have it, boy. Challenge issued.
Hey, challenge accepted.
That's it. You got to be confident in your own team, eh?
Oh, it's going to be interesting.
Well, there's still a handful of tickets left, not too many at all. You can get them at nhsl.com.au. Well, boys, I had a lot of fun tonight. How about you?
Yeah, it was great. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me.
Really appreciate you boys joining me. Thank you, Ryan Full. Thank you, Johan Levesque. Shout out to Tash Ferrier for joining the pregame. David Muggleton on the ground. The man on the switch is producer Brandon. From everybody here at the NHSL on beautiful Ghana land, we're saying good night and see you next week.